HH, I gotta say that your boy Adolf is rolling in his grave right now because Germany have Sane, Gnabry.
Well, I did, but I smoked. I actually already told you.
You smoked what? You smoked what?
Is your name Brian?
No.
Okay.
That was random as hell, bro.
It's for my narrative. So
You know what else you need?
what?
I need daddy. I need daddy.
It's the kid coming at you here for another beautiful, amazing hangout. That is a Sunday hangout coming at you at Sunday every single night from 15 p.m. and so forth. And also, get questions. What you're so late, bro? Do you know how difficult it is for one man to do everything and run a whole channel? It ain't easy, man. So come on, just bear with me, man. Come on, just give me a little bit of leeway here. I'm trying my best. So, guys, what's on the show tonight? We're going to talk Haaland. Haaland said that he's been pressured to sign a new contract, and he wants people to lay off him because there's pressure on him to make a decision about his future. Martial, this drama is happening. Is Ragnick lying or is Martial lying? Who is lying and who is telling the truth between Martial and Ragnick? And I want to just talk about Martial. Is Martial still relevant, and can he still say what's up as a striker, or is he forever a freaking brick? Modric, rolling back the years, and as well, this debate will not suffice. With everything that Modric says what's up at his age, the Modric and Iniesta topic will come through. I put out a tweet, and the tweet just exploded with the guys arguing, Barca and Madrid fans going. So we're going to talk about Modric yet again. Madrid winning the Super Copa, and let's just readdress what Modric is doing right now, and are we rating Modric properly and truly appreciating what he's doing at his freaking age? Benitez got sacked. He got sacked, and let's just talk about Benitez. What happened to Benitez? And let's look at Benitez's managerial career, specifically his highlights and his lowlights. Where would we rank Rafa Benitez amongst managers? Algeria, man. Algeria have 1 point from 2 games. PSG INT promised me that they would win every single game with a minimum of 3 Gs. What is happening to your Algerian boys? And also, I asked you, the audience, for any topics you want us to talk about, and you sent me some good suggestions, and the one I chose was, what is the greatest international team? So that's the suggestion. What is the greatest international team? So we'll do that as a nice round-off thingy for our Sunday debate, man. So how's everybody doing, man? How's everybody doing?
Doing well, HH. How you doing?
How am I doing? So man, I'm just trying to live, man. I'm just trying to live, bro. I'm just trying to live, man. So guys, let's hit it, man. So look, I think there's only one place to start. Let's start with a bang. Let's start with a bang, man. Let's start with a bang. You see, I want us to be fair here and just to be real here when we talk about certain dudes. So shout out to Real Madrid, 2-1 win over Athletic Bilbao in the final, because Atletico Madrid are a bunch of losers. So Real Madrid won. We expected them to win. They've, of course, been the stronger team. But I think the big story here was Modric scoring definitely the goal of the game, and reminding people that this guy is 36 years old. At 36 years old, he's still saying what's up. And this is why I love football Twitter. So I put out a tweet saying that, like, you know what, Modric, people have to talk about Modric and so forth, because, like, at 36, what was Iniesta doing at 36? I know it was triggering, but I love to trigger people on Twitter. I wrote a tweet. One tweet said that Modric has not played at the top level for 10 years. That's a tweet. So, guys, that's why football Twitter is filled with guys who were dropped on their head as a baby. So that's the thing. So people are suffering brain damage because their parents dislike them, or they don't like them. But I want us to just, are we truly appreciating what Modric is doing? Because you can make a very clear argument that you cannot name 5 central midfielders better than Modric in 2022. He's 36 years of age, and you can make a strong argument that he's still amongst the top 5 central midfielders in the world. Juju, man, are we truly appreciating what Luka Olusegun Modric is doing?
Yes, I think he's like we appreciate him Modric because he got his Ballon d'Or. So it's like not every midfielder, even Iniesta, doesn't have a Ballon d'Or. So I think we're
Oh,
appreciating.
here we go. Here we go.
No, I say we're appreciating Modric. Plus, he has 4 Champions League. I'd say like we all know because I think we all know he's among the best play. I mean, best midfielder ever to play the game. But the one thing I want to say is it's funny because the first season I remember this 2013. The first season Modric played for Real Madrid. He was voted by Marca like the I think it was fans. It was reported in Marca that he was the worst signing in Real Madrid history. That you can find the
I
article.
remember
if you
that.
want,
I
like,
remember that.
yeah, I was like, I remember. So it's like it just shows you like I think sometimes like with the teams you have to like back your guy. Like if you have to like believe in the player sometimes and like stick with your decision because it's like it's just how it turned out. It's like this has to be one of the like how it started and then how he'll retire as a club legend. I mean, I don't know how many 4 Champions Leagues. That's crazy to even say it.
Okay,
And
gentlemen,
taking his team to the
let's get to the
World Cup
core.
final. Yeah.
Is he better
So
than? Do you put him over Iniesta, or is Iniesta over him?
I mean, if we were to be objective, I mean, Iniesta. I'd say if we were to be objective, I mean, he has accomplished more than Iniesta. So if we used to use like results, if we use the results, then I mean, Iniesta is playing in Japan at 32. Like this guy is still at Madrid, like at 36. I mean, they're levels. So
Respect
they're
Japanese
levels.
league. Respect
Don't
Japanese
insult
league.
Japan like that. Don't insult Japan like that, man.
Yeah.
No. But if we're talking accomplishments, Iniesta has 2 trebles. He's got 2 Euros, and he's got a World Cup.
True.
And he scored in the World Cup final.
Yeah, true. That's why it's difficult. But the one thing that I might give Modric an edge because if we were to compare this, like let's say 3 years ago or 5 years ago, easily Iniesta. Now the one thing that changes is Modric is still playing at the top. Like how like is this his last season or is he still going to keep going?
For me,
So
my thing about it is that you see accomplishments. You've got to give that to Iniesta in sense. But my Modric argument is this guy is 36, and Jujuman, you cannot name me 5 central midfielders better than Iniesta, and Iniesta is 30. Sorry, than Modric, and Modric is 36. That has to count for something.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's why it's like I think the longer Modric plays at the top, like it's just like he's going to be he will rank better than Iniesta because it's like you can't play in Madrid at 36 and it's still like they've bought so many players. No one has removed this guy from his spot, so he's like that has to count. That is a big deal. So that's what I want to say.
Okay. So
to be honest,
Yeah.
who is better than Modric at right now? Like, how many? Like, is he top? He could be first. He could be the best. I can't name many people better than Modric right now.
You mean midfielder?
Midfielders, the number 8 position area. Like, only person like Kimmich, maybe that's it. I don't know.
Or maybe Verratti. Maybe Verratti.
You say no.
Verratti.
Yes.
Verratti is more talented. He's more talented.
No, he's more talented, but he's not better.
Okay. Where are we putting
true.
Where is De Bruyne an 8? Is he a 10? Where are we putting De Bruyne? Because I'm pretty much over De Bruyne.
No, De Bruyne is he's an AM bitches. He's an attacking mid. He's an AM.
Well,
What about Bruno Fernandes?
No, but HH, you also hate with De Bruyne, so I mean, come on.
De Bruyne is more of an AM bitches. He's an attacking midfielder.
Let's
HH,
be
the
honest.
players I'm talking about. I'm talking about like the.
Wait, hold on. Puya, talk. Puya, are we fully appreciating what a 36-year-old is doing? Because I cannot remember the last time that a 36-year-old was amongst the best midfielders in the world. And this is supposed to be amongst the best eras of midfielders and attackers and so forth. And this guy at 36 is still arguably one of the best midfielders in the world.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is pretty unprecedented because something you guys have to take into account is playing midfield at the professional level is the toughest position. The amount of running you do over your career span, the amount of battles you go to, and the amount of games. I remember maybe the one off season Modric had since he's gone on this brilliant run for Real Madrid in the past 8 years was when he kind of had that burnout after the 2018 World Cup. because he literally played in every minute of every single game for Croatia and Real Madrid that year. But really, at 36, a midfielder at 36, this is pretty unprecedented because, and it's like you said, HH. I don't think we can name another midfielder, albeit an attacking mid, a defensive mid, or just like a box-to-box or a number 8 kind of midfielder. I don't think we can name someone who's at the top level like Modric is right now at 36. I can't think of it. I've been watching football for 15 years, but I can't really think of anyone. I don't know if anyone else can, but I think we need.
I disagree. I disagree slightly because I think you gotta take into account that.
Of course,
the teams he's
9 cheats.
No. HH, focus on your meal. What I was gonna say is, these teams he's playing against, it's not really an acid test. Like I feel like, bro, Real Madrid are so much better than any other team in La Liga currently. So what they do, like what's happening in La Liga this season, I feel like it's not an acid test like we saw last season.
He's still 36. So you can just
I know. But you're changing the topic. We're just talking.
Just said this is the most physically tasking position in football, which is a midfielder. There's no position more physically tasking.
Can I finish? But you didn't let me finish. Let me finish my point. We were talking about the best, not taking whether he's the best or not, or where he ranks. And I think last season we saw against Chelsea, like he couldn't keep up. And I think like he hasn't been like these La Liga teams, they're not an asset test, you know what I mean? So I would wait and see how does he stack up against the best midfielders in the world, you know what I mean? The teams with the best midfielders in the world. And to be fair, not even PSG.
Wait for what? Wait for? What do you mean by wait? Why? What are you waiting for?
What do you mean wait for what?
Okay. We should wait until what? Like the point is, at 36, he's still pulling man of the match performances.
But that wasn't the point. We were talking about, is he top 5? Is he the best? Anybody better than him? And I'm saying you can't really rank him right now because he's playing against nobodies. That's my point.
So you're calling your own league full of nobodies?
Yeah, bro. I'm not like insecure like some people, bro. Like. The level of La Liga, bro, Real Madrid are clear. Like, their midfield is clear of any midfield currently, bro. It is what it is, man. That's why I'm saying, like, wait until they come up against a Chelsea, a Bayern, a Liverpool. Even Liverpool's midfield, I don't know, like, but like some of these good, well-run midfield.
The PSG, obviously. Maybe see, we will see what happens again.
But they beat Liverpool the other time in the Champions League. Like, was it last year or? I think they beat Liverpool last year. Yeah. So it's like, Abdul, I think we need to give it's impressive. Like 36.
Yeah, bro, it is impressive.
It's impressive.
HH, with the thing with Modric is that you're saying that if he's underappreciated, or we're giving him his flowers.
No. My thing is that I don't think that people fully appreciate what a 36-year-old is doing, and the fact that in an era which apparently people tell me that this is the era of the greatest midfielders and attackers and so forth. A 36-year-old.
Wait, this is horrible,
bro. We keep getting told that this is like the most attacking era and so forth, and a 36-year-old is still putting the man.
In an era where Jorginho was close to winning a Ballon d'Or.
You can't name me 5 midfielders better than a freaking 36-year-old geriatric.
I think with Modric is that we all know that he's not just one of the best midfielders of right now, but he's also one of the best midfielders of all time. Where you want to rank him, that's totally up to you. I personally don't think he's ahead of Iniesta or Xavi or Zidane and those guys. To me, those guys are clear. Now, but that's not to say that Modric isn't close. I think he's just like right under them. Now, if he's doing it at 36, okay, cool. It's a credit to him. He has great longevity, but I mean, aren't you the same guy that doesn't rate longevity like that? If that's the case, I'm not saying longevity is overrated. It's a good thing to have. It shows you the quality of the player you have over a sustained period of time. But if we're gonna do that, why can't we give this? How come we don't give any credit to Ibrahimovic, who's still playing in a top league and he's doing it at 40 years old? It's the same logic. It's the same logic.
No, it's not. You bring up a UCL flop.
No.
It's the same logic.
Wait,
No,
AJ,
no,
can't-
no,
you can't move the
Ricardo,
Bring up
Ricardo,
a
an
guy
actual.
who played at
No, no,
all
no.
of the best
H
teams at its peak and flopped and never reached the UCL final.
Yeah, okay, that's
Ibrahimovic
fine.
does not belong to this
That's
conversation.
fine. That's fine, but
HH.
it doesn't. That doesn't take away the.
Freaking Ibrahimovic. What the hell are you on about?
No, HH. You see,
Out of here, man.
this is my problem.
Ibrahimovic.
You talk about Iniesta going to Japan, but you don't talk about Zidane retiring at 34. So it's like this. There's inconsistency.
Wait. What is Zidane doing at the World Cup again? Ziman, remind me what Zidane did at the World Cup when he came out of retirement.
You can't.
No. I'm not attacking him. No, I'm not. No, that's the thing. I'm not. No.
He came out of retirement and dragged a team to a World Cup final. So I don't want to hear about anything about.
No. HH, you're not hearing me. You're not hearing me. I'm not trying to attack Zidane or anything. I'm just saying this longevity argument that you keep using, it's inconsistent. That's my thing. I'm not attacking Zidane. I think Zidane was more. No. My thing is when it comes to longevity, yes, of course you have to praise Modric for what he's doing at 36, and I do think that to a certain extent, people are also overlooking Cruz's contribution throughout the season so far. But at the same time, I give credit to him. I think he's a fantastic player. I do think he's one of the greatest midfielders to have graced the game, and he's such a complete midfielder, man. He's so complete, and what he's doing at this age should be praised. But at the same time, HH, I know you love hooking people in with those small, minute details, saying Iniesta retired, so you can have people just comment and just like start a war in your comment section.
No. See, Ziman, all I'm saying is that I never mentioned longevity. All I said is that how old is he? He's 36, and he can't name me 5 midfielders better than a 36-year-old. Now, maybe that shows how trash this era is in terms of true ballers. I don't know. So all I just said, you can't name me 5 midfielders better than a freaking 36-year-old. That's unfortunate. Shows that guys like that industry plants and so forth aren't really as good as you think they are. Also, as well, the thing with Zidane was that, forget about longevity. How old is he? How old is he, and what is he doing? That's what I said.
Wait.
No, I'm not attacking Zidane. I'm just using longevity. I'm not attacking
Zidane. How old is Iniesta right now? How old is Iniesta?
But you're saying that Modric.
Iniesta is the same age. He's 1 year older.
But AJ, you're saying that he does it at the same
How long
level.
has he been in Japan for? Let me see how long is Japan for.
3 years.
He's been in Japan for like 4 years, 5 years.
But then, I mean, can we blame him for going there? I mean, he completed.
I'm not blaming. All I'm saying is that Iniesta has been in Japan since he's like 34, 35, and so forth. Modric in 36 is still playing in one of the elite leagues in Europe.
So you're arguing based on longevity.
But I'm saying that information is interesting. One dude at 33, 34 is like, I'm out, I'm good. This dude, Modric, at 36, he's still competing at the very highest level. That's interesting.
Your argument is still based on longevity, if that's the case, because you're literally saying that Modric is doing it.
No.
Doing it at Real Madrid, and Iniesta is doing it outside of it. Your argument is all based on longevity, which is fine. I'm not saying it, but just be consistent is what we're saying.
No. I'm saying that, look, don't even use the word longevity there, because that's just a loose word. All I'm saying is that at 36 years of age, Modric can still play at the highest level. At 36 years of age, Iniesta was playing Pokemon in Japan. That's what I'm saying. Who else wants to pop in on this?
Yeah.
HH's original question was, he wasn't. I mean, this kind of turned into an Iniesta versus Modric. Like, I don't know.
I didn't even want to bring it in, man.
Oh my god, bro! Look at your tweets, bro. Look at your tweets, HH. Don't say you don't want to bring it in.
But really, his point was, should we be giving him more credit for, because he's 36 as a midfielder playing at this top level? Because sure, we could say Iniesta and Zidane and them kind of Iniesta basically retired when he went to Japan, but like, I guess longevity-wise, you can't really compare players, because you got to compare players in their peak, in my opinion.
Yes.
But like, I feel like HH is trying to get at 36, should we be giving this guy more credit and this and that? Because in my opinion, it's amazing. A 36-year-old midfielder. Midfielder is a tasking. If you've ever played football, midfielder, bro, sometimes I'd play midfielder in my youth, and I'd be done in 15 minutes. I'm like, oh, screw this.
Did you guys see that meg that he made?
That's why.
That nutmeg was filthy.
You see, what Pierre is saying is very key. And this is why, see, football Twitter are full of guys who've never kicked a ball before. It's just a fact. My position in football has always been central midfield. And I play the position because that position, you do everything. You tackle, you pass, you shoot. That is the heart of football. And if you're in central midfield, bro, you have to go back and forth because you're the attack, you're the midfield, and you're the defense. Defenders can go until 38, 39 because that is much more mental. It's not as physically attacking. Bro, of course, Cristiano can play as long as he wants because a goal scorer or an attacker, no movement. As a midfielder, 33, 34, we're out. So if this guy is still been able to see, people use the whole thing. Look, Kante is one of the goats. So there's no shame
one of the goats
in Kante getting pimped by Kante. Kante is one of the freaking goats. So that's fine. But at 36 years of age, central midfield, and you can't name me 5 better than a 36-year-old.
No, but but we have said that Modric. I think everybody here, regardless of what team you support, Modric is one of the greatest midfielders.
He's not given enough credit, and I'm saying that he's not given enough credit. That's what I'm saying.
But when you ask that question, like,
what is there more to
wait, 1 second, because if I ask you, name me 5 better number 10s than Bruno Fernandes in this world, you would struggle to answer my question, bro.
Excuse me?
No, I'm just saying, bro, you would struggle to answer that question.
Abdul, name me any number 10 there better than Bruno Fernandes. Name me any number 10. What?
Alex Iwobi?
Sanchez from the Portuguese league.
No.
What's it called?
Yeah,
Johnny Nunes from Logo. Name it, because Bruno Fernandes is overrated. So I've never rated that freaking dude. You have maybe.
But you rate a Lugo, dude?
The
I
human goalpost?
I never rated that guy.
The human goalpost?
Look, wait, so who else wants to bring on this whole Rich thing?
Yeah.
There's 12.
Yeah.
Yo, HH.
Okay, so Suleiman and then Red. Suleiman, talk to me.
I want to start off by giving Modric praise. I'm not gonna start a debate like HH did because we all know what you were doing, HH. Like you're the one that brought me yesterday.
I love Iniesta.
No, you don't, HH. Like there's certain type of players where you favor one over the other, and I understand with Iniesta. Like, you did score that goal in 09 where he kind of broke your heart. So I mean, it's okay, HH. He
didn't break my heart. I mean, the game was a robbery, so the game doesn't count. So it's fine. No one broke my heart. The game doesn't count. So yeah.
No, I think Modric. I think he can still play another 2 or 3 more years at this top level. Like he is insane, and I mean, this was a final. I mean, I get it's like a Super Copa, but I mean, it's still a final. He produced in it, and yeah, they got longevity is one of those things where I mean, where should we rank it? Like, I mean, you obviously wouldn't rank it in front of a person's prime, but I mean, what factor does it go into a player's legacy? Like, what would it be like third most important thing? What would you say, Jake? Like longevity?
No. For me, look, I think how. Whenever I do football battles, I always say peak. How good were you at your peak? And I've always said that Modric at his peak has been one of the best midfielders of his generation. So it's like part of the whole pie of, okay, your longevity, that's one thing. How good can you be and how relevant you can be the much older you are, that's another thing. But one thing of Modric is the accolades, how good he was at his peak, and he threw in the Ballon d'Or. You throw in what he did with Croatia at the World Cup, and then you puts in, he's 36 and he's still relevant. That's a great package. That's a great resume to say.
What would you say big game performances would be part of that package? Because would big games be separate from prime and longevity? Trophies would
no. Big game will be almost in there as well because it's like, because you look at Modric, 2017 final, 2018 UCL final, he was man of the match.
Yeah, I can't deny Modric. He's in every department, whether it be trophies, whether it be performances, big games, longevity. But Iniesta has all of those besides the longevity, and he makes up for it in other aspects as well. So, I mean, you can't knock the guy down.
Well, no. I'm not knocking Iniesta down. Like for me, I never gave a definitive thing of, this guy's better than the other, because I think that there are arguments both ways. There are arguments for Modric and there are arguments for Iniesta. Because we know how good Iniesta was, and we know the kind of things that Iniesta did. And Iniesta was one of the most important and key players for Spain and for Barcelona. So honestly, that it is a very fascinating argument, and it's much closer than people think. Like whenever I see on that bum-ass football Twitter that Iniesta is clear, I'm like,
but do you know why Iniesta he stopped playing? Iniesta stopped playing because he felt personally like that because he knew Messi was desperate in 2018 for the next CL. He wanted one more CL, and he looked at himself and he said, "You know what? I feel like Iniesta, if he could still be playing today, bro, in that Barca midfield. Let's be honest, he could still be one of our best players.
No. That's
He could,
hypothetical.
bro.
Hypothetical.
Yeah, I know it's hypothetical, but let's keep in mind why he stopped, because he said to himself, you know what? I can't win a CL. I can't compete at the highest of highest levels for this club anymore. And let's be honest, HH, can Modric do that? I don't think he can. He hasn't done it ever since he turned 33.
Wait, what?
So the difference is, I think, in my book, of course, it's going to be subjective because it's coming from a Barca fan. But Modric, for me, had he been as self-reflective as Iniesta, he might also have been playing in China like the last 2-3 years. Because, bro, we saw what happened against Chelsea. We saw what happened against Ajax, bro.
Okay, wait. Before I come to your boy Red, let me just take some of these dots before I come to Red. From the Algeria Football Federation Association, there is a conspiration against Algeria. This ain't over. Well, we're going to address that very soon, my dear Algerian friends. Ivorian child, we need to ride. The streets need Algeria out. We don't talk. If Ivory Coast beats Algeria, they are OU. Hamza talks football, man. Thank you for the dub. It isn't how long you've played, it's what you did when you did play. Longevity is a parameter when the peaks were close. Peak Iniesta is greater in my humble opinion, but less than Lionel Messi, though. For me, I think it's a lot closer. For me, peak Iniesta, peak Modric, I don't know.
That's love for Luka Modric.
It could go either way. I don't know. For me, I don't know. Peak Iniesta, peak Modric, I don't know. I think there are arguments both ways. The arguments both ways. The arguments both ways, bro. Even Michael Hazard, man. This is to my haters. Trophies of the Mega. Paul Scholes was in the team of the year when he was there, 39. Wait a minute. Team of the wait. Is this for the Premier League? What team of the year was this? I think it was the EPL team of the year.
League.
When he came back from retirement, is he talking about that?
And I was told that the Premier League was the best league in the world for the last 40 years.
Abracadabra. Look, Mega, I need to check that on Wikipedia because I don't trust you, bro. Abracadabra says, HH, you have to induct the US demanding 40 million. My man spent all his money on chicks. Court top tier statistics will never save that. Respect Guinea. I'm not inducting the US. If he feels he wants 40 mil, let him demand 40 mil. Okay, a guy is free to demand whatever money he feels he deserves, man.
It's a hospital.
Your boy, any reaction? Oh, you want me to? Oh, you're stupid. I'm not that dumb, you bum ass. Kimmich, Cruz, Kante, Barella, Goretzka. Shut up. Goretzka is not better than Modric. No, Goretzka, no. Barella, probably is it no? See, Goretzka, no. Kante, although Kante's been a little bit up and down. Cruz, Kimmich, okay. I'll give you Kimmich, okay. Kante, okay. Kante, Barella, cool. I'll give you those. Goretzka, no. Goretzka is not better than
Kante the GOAT midfield, like just a second ago, just like what happened?
He just said he was inconsistent too.
Yeah.
Not Barella, man. Not Barella.
I don't know about Goretzka, man.
To be fair, Zidane was also inconsistent.
Who is that? Is he talking about this season or like just better than Modric right now?
No. I think he's the thing right now.
No, not Goretzka and Barella. I'm sorry.
Cruz, yes. Been injured. He hasn't even played.
Yeah, Goretzka. That's what I'm saying.
Hold up.
If it was Cruz, yeah.
Hold up, man, guys. Well, let me just read these dubs and I'll come back. Just hold up. Chris says, "Is Cristiano Ronaldo better than Arnan because he's still balling?" Wait. Where the hell does that come from? No. Did I say that Modric is better than Iniesta because of longevity? That's just one aspect.
You practically implied it.
The longevity is mixed with his trophies, with how good he was at his peak and what he did at the World Cup. I'm just saying that it's part of a whole pie. If all he did was bowling at 30, it's like Ibrahimovic. Don't talk about Ibrahimovic. Cool, you're bowling at 40. What the hell did you do at your peak? Nothing. Have you even been in a UCL final? No. So you just having longevity and that's it. That's all you have to show for yourself means nothing. It's your longevity plus your other stuff as well. It's the whole resume. Hamza talks football, man. Thank you for the dub, man. Going by this logic, Arnold and Van Basten, who many consider the two best strikers ever, one was done as a player at 29 and another was done in Europe at 32. Nobody would put guys who played till 35 in Europe above them. But again, here's my thing. If your peak was so exceptional, that will supersede whatever longevity you have. Arnold and Van Basten's peak was so exceptional, I don't want to hear Ibrahimovic's name even mentioned. Ibrahimovic may have had a great style longevity than Arnold and Van Basten, but Arnold and Van Basten's peak way supersedes Ibrahimovic's peak. So Ibrahimovic doesn't even is not even allowed in the restaurant or in the club that's Arnold and Van Basten are at. So for me, my thing is the whole pie. It's the whole pie as well. So because is Iniesta's peak so much greater than Modric? No. It's very close.
But when is Modric's peak? When is Modric's peak? Like what years? You think?
Have you heard of 3 peats? CL3 3-peats. He was at the heart of the CL3 3-peats.
I mean, we and HHH from 2014 up until 2018. The only knockout tie that Real Madrid lost, which was against Juve in 2015, was when Modric was injured. So, like, there you go. Like we that was that game. That game, had Modric played, we would have been playing that CL final.
Hey, Red, like long time. Like, how you doing?
It's good, man. I'm doing good, bro. Doing good, man.
Yeah, like,
miss the Hangouts, guys.
Yeah, nice.
No, Modric is definitely one of the best ever. Nobody's denying that. But I don't think the gap between him and like the other guys above him are so big. Like when it's all said and done, Modric, in my opinion, will be in that bracket. Whether or not where you rank him, I think that's a totally different story.
So, can I go?
Yeah, so go on, and then we come right to the next topic, man.
Just I want to say one quick thing about R9 and Van Basten. They didn't retire because the game went past them. They retired or stopped because of career-ending injuries. Like that was unfortunate events for footballers back in the days. They didn't have the benefit of modern science. Like I consider R9 one of the greatest of all time, and like better than Ronaldo and Messi, just for the fact that this guy's knee exploded and he came back from a career-ending injury and won the World Cup and a Ballon d'Or, which nobody will ever replicate that. Aside from that, no, for Luka Modric, man, when in doubt, zoom out. Look at the whole picture. Look at what this guy's done. This guy was a war refugee. Like he came from war. He wasn't as a child in an elite academy playing for one of the best clubs in Europe. He was going through like the trying to survive. Comes out, plays locally, has to make gang ties to survive. Ends up having to signing for freaking Spurs, and still ended up being world class. Not to mention, if you want to talk about Modric's peak, Modric has been balling for the better part of 15, 16 years. People forget, in 2007, Modric went up against Prime Gerrard in the Euro qualifications, and he knocked out England, qualifying Croatia over England. He pocketed Gerrard that game and completely played him off the park. And Chelsea even came in for him that season, and Spurs refused to sell them, and then eventually he goes to Madrid. So like, no, let's not act like Modric just recently popped on. It's just that he never got the respect he deserved. He was just one of those players that people don't like to rate. He's not an Eno, where everybody just like automatically gives him credit. When you look at the UCL 3P, when you look what he did for his country, Croatia were never ever considered a top world. Like their greatest finish was like a semi-final finish in the 90s. That was it in the late 90s. He took them to a final, led as a team captain to a final. He carried the baton forward for his country. So he may not have the World Cup, but he did that. The longevity. You look at the trophies. You look at what he's done. Like his man of the match performances. Even to this day, he's at the age of 36. Honestly, aside from KDB, Kimmich, Conte, nobody comes close to him. Those are the only three that I see. That I know Conte, because of injuries, he's been inconsistent a little bit. But overall, I feel like at his peak, what he did, especially last season, shows that he's amongst the best in the world. Nobody can chat to Modric. I'm not going to compare him to Iniesta because I rate Iniesta highly. And if somebody says Iniesta is better than Modric, I respect that. Iniesta was a big game player. He's an elite midfielder. And I think also like top 5 all time, along with Modric. He just has it all. Like people just have to stop acting like it's disrespect to compare Modric to the elites. Like this man is a Ballon d'Or winner during the Ronaldo and Messi era. How many players can say that? How many players have done that in an era dominated by PR, like by where the players with the bigger fan bases always end up winning these big trophies. Like Lewandowski. Lewandowski broke a 50-year record last season, still couldn't touch the Ballon d'Or. So you have to ask yourself these questions, like how good is Modric? He's amongst the best in history. Like, so wait, 1 sec. Didn't Pocket Gerrard, Stephen Curry bottled that year. Bro, you can go look up the review, the post-match interviews and all that. People were saying about how disappointed they were in Gerrard and how he let Modric run him off the park. Like, stop, man. Like, that's Gerrard in his prime, by the way, in 2007. That's between 2 UCL finals.
Okay.
Like, so let's stop. Like,
so let me just bring this up. So your boy Alex B, man, thank you for the dub, Alex B, Football Hub member. Courtois is top 2 and he's not 2. Based on form, Courtois is the best keeper in the world. Based purely on form, and he has been the best keeper in the world for like the past few months. You know, I don't think there's been any keeper game to game who has been as good as Courtois. I think, you know, Courtois is the best keeper in the world. 100% agree. Detroit Rock City. Thank you for the dub. LL, Kante isn't touching Lothar Matthäus. #hostage FC. All I'm saying is, did Lothar Matthäus get 3 back-to-back Man of the Match awards in the UCL semi and UCL final?
By the way, HH, one last
city to a Premier League.
HH, one last thing, HH. One last thing. Modric, as far as I know, is the only person who survived your curse. You gave him the nickname Dritch, and he's still balling. He's still balling. No other footballer has done that.
That is very
no
true.
Other football.
Christina is still balling, to be fair.
Yeah, we need to give Christina his
Like the last time I saw, I'm not sure. I think he had like a miskick that hit his ass.
No, scoring goals is important, but scoring goals is not balling.
Wait,
I'm sorry.
Badra Al Sangre, the goalkeeper of Ivory Coast. I'm here to confess, I didn't sell out. It's my ability. If you want to laugh, go on Twitter or so forth and look at
he gave away.
They need to check his bank account.
Go.
Kamara number
check
4.
his bank account. He threw that. He threw that. HH.
He was paid. Like
he was paid. Yeah, he was paid. Like, he gave away that free goal. He was paid.
He was paid.
It was a layup. He passed it to the player. You see when he like flips over, he just like sort of like pushes it with his hand.
Did you say layoff? Did you say layoff?
It was a layup. Like he literally gave him the ball.
Sorry, what?
Wait. Hold on. We're moving. So guys, look, man. Let's see. So now this is a bit odd. Talk to me about it, because I don't know what homeboys are playing at here, but I think maybe guy can help, man. I want to come to Puyo with this, man. So PS, so this is from Haaland says, all I want to do is to play football, but they, meaning the Dortmund directors, pressed me about my future, so that means I have to make a decision soon. And so basically, the Dortmund board have said, well, no, we don't understand his comments. We don't know why he's making these kinds of comments and so forth, which is odd, because I'm like, are you saying that Haaland is lying? But this is what I don't get. Dortmund, we know what the game is. Dortmund, you're a selling club. You want to sell. Now, you could have easily sold you could have easily sold Haaland to us, because we're ready to pay the 100. We would have given you 120 very easily last summer, but you didn't want to open negotiations, and now you're not going to get only, I think it's like a 60 or a 70 mil release clause for this guy, and Chelsea could have easily given you 120. But my thing though is that, bro, of course he's going to leave. So I don't even know why Dortmund are even pressuring him for a decision, because do Dortmund really believe, when given the history of Dortmund, that Haaland is going to stay?
They want to find a replacement, bro. That's it.
What do you mean by? It's also to push the clubs to make to push a bid. They're trying to.
I think they're trying to build on Haaland.
Okay, look. Let me come to Puyo. So Puyo, what do you make of this whole Haaland drama with the Dortmund board and so forth, man?
I'm not really sure who to believe, because I've never seen, if this is true what Haaland is saying, at least from what I followed through the Bundesliga over all these years, I've never seen Dortmund be this aggressive to a player to try and shove him out. Now, that you made a good point there. Why, if they were gonna sell him anyway this next summer, why didn't you guys sell him just last summer and bring in an extra 50 million?
Yeah.
Because the release clause thing, he's gonna be available for 75 million euros on the release clause.
So is that this summer?
this summer, yeah, after the season ends, he'll be available for 75 million euros buyout clause. So you just pay that straight up and you get him. But I think you said Chelsea and other clubs were willing to. Actually, maybe it was just Chelsea and maybe Man City. They were willing to pay that 120 million release clause, which is what it is right now before it gets decreased. So that makes me think these Dortmund guys really thought he might extend. Because I don't care what you say. Dortmund, you guys were never going to win the league. Even if you had Haaland, you guys are not going to win the league. So why wouldn't you sell him and bring in that extra 50, 60 million? But now you guys are battling for the Champions League spots. You're not going to win the league, and you're going to lose Haaland for 50 million less. That makes me believe these Dortmund guys really thought this guy might extend a couple more years, which is, in my opinion, just crazy because everyone knew Haaland was coming to Dortmund to play a couple of years and to go to a big club and make that next step. Like, his dad is literally playing his career out like a FIFA My Career thing. Like, his dad is playing all the cards. Like, he's literally saying, okay, we're going to take this next step. And then it's basically written in the stars that we're going to go to a Man City or a Real Madrid, a Bayern, or something like that. So it's a little strange. I don't know why if this is true, I don't know why they're trying to force him because they're in a critical part of the season. They're only 6 points off of Bayern. It's not like they're too far off. Even though I think Bayern, like always, they'll pull through, like they always do in the second half of the season. It's just weird. I don't know. You don't have to rush anything. Like, it's not like you're going to get a contract extension. You're definitely not going to sell him now because you guys want to for sure keep him to get those Champions League places, that Champions League place. So I don't know. It's really weird. It's different behavior from what I've seen before from.
Wait, can I talk about it?
Yeah, Zimon, go for it.
Because my thing is, if they were trying to press him last summer, could it be that they were trying to press him to sign for a club and Chelsea gave him the offer they wanted, but at the same time, Haaland didn't want to go because he wanted to see more offers, and that's where maybe the argument started and where the dispute began between him and the board. Because you look at the amount of players that have disrespected Dortmund. You look at the way Dembele left Dortmund, the way Aubameyang left Dortmund. And you just think to yourself that he's been a professional. They've even said it. I think someone from the board has admitted previously that he's a professional. He's actually showing up and doing his work. He's not complaining about wanting to leave. And it just seems like this is odd. It seems like they wanted to sell him last summer, but they couldn't. And there seems to be a rift between those two.
I mean, can I get my input on this?
Yeah, right. Go for it.
I honestly think that he has a desired destination and he's waiting. Personally, I really think that he does want to go to Barcelona. Like, I think that would be the next step if he wants to become a mega superstar. Like, because Haaland is a superstar for football heads. People like us.
Do Barca have 75?
That's the thing. No, Barca generate revenue. Like, Barca are still one of the highest earning clubs in the world. Like, regardless, like they have debt, but debt doesn't necessarily mean that they don't have spending power. Right? Spending power is completely different. You can owe money over, let's say, for example, 3, 4, 5, 10 years, and you could still have revenue where you could, budget for it. What I think, if Haaland extends, I think he's going to Barca. Either Barca, maybe Real Madrid. The thing is, I don't think he'll go to Real Madrid because Mbappe. If he wanted to go to Chelsea, he would have went last year. Because Chelsea came in with a bid. They came in with a bid that, like, honestly, any club that has 1 year left on the contract, any sane club, not PSG.
Okay, that's why maybe, I don't know whether it was Zimon or Puya who said that. Maybe it leads me to believe that maybe Haaland personally rejected Chelsea. Because my thing is that, Dortmund, unless you're stupid, you know that this 70 million release clause, there's nothing, that you have no power over that. So if guys are offering you more than that, it's simple. 1 + 1 = 2.
No. Can I speak on this? No. But my thing was Dortmund accepted it, but Haaland didn't. So it's up to the player. The player's looking for better offers, and he feels like Chelsea's not the right destination for him. So it could be down to the player.
I think Chelsea even suit his style. Like,
yeah,
Chelsea don't really
but
suit his style, because if I'm not mistaken, like Chelsea want a target, man, like somebody who they could pass the ball to and let the wingers overlap.
But Red, it wouldn't make sense. It wouldn't make financial sense because you got to think his agent is Mino Raiola. It would make no sense for him just to take, like, if it's only Chelsea coming in for him, it makes no sense because the following year there's gonna be auction, bro, and from an auction you can drive the commission, the salary, everything up because there's competition. Like last summer, it was only Chelsea. it was only Chelsea, and you can't like really drive the salary up when it's just one club. So what they're doing this year is they have more options and they can just drive the price up. So it makes a lot of sense for him. But honestly, like for Dortmund, I think, bro, I think it's just Mino Raiola, bro. I think it's Mino Raiola that's controlling him. Like I think Mino Raiola, he has a lot of power over his clients, you know, and they seem to be in love with him.
What is Raiola doing exactly then?
I think like these players they entrust him to make them the most money, and they entrust him to make the right choices. And I think for Mino Raiola, it makes perfect sense to wait until this summer because he knows there's going to be a lot of clubs interested in him, and the interest can be used to drive the price up, you know, on his salary.
Can I explain? Because I actually heard a lot.
Raiola's his manager. I think Raiola is more of an advisor to his dad, who does all the actual management stuff. But it can be Raiola telling his dad, "Okay, do these tactics against Dortmund," and because we know Raiola over the past 15 years, this guy has been a menace to so many clubs. Like his tactics are one of the most annoying. If you read any football book about him, all clubs will say how much they hate doing business with this guy. But yeah, go ahead. Whoever is going to say.
But here's sure. Before I come to you, Osuna, see, my thing here is I'm just looking at this school again. So I want to play, but they press me about my features. That means after doing soon. My thing here is that Haaland, are you even considering staying with Dortmund? That's my thing. My thing is that I thought this is like I don't even know why it's even up in contention, because my thing is that if you sign a contract, that makes it much more difficult for teams to get you. And for instance, let's say Barcelona is your destination and you sign a contract. Do you know for sure Barca will have because Dortmund could just say, oh, he signed a contract, 170. That's a price. Are you sure that Barca will have the 170 in 1, 2, 3,
but
4,
he's young enough to afford that. He's young enough to like he can sign a 3-4 year contract and still be at his prime when the contract's up. Like
but I'm saying is that just like with Mbappe and Real Madrid, if let's say Barca is your destination and you want to go to Barca, you want to make it as easy for Barcelona or Real Madrid as possible. And the easiest way is you can get it
exactly.
You can get me for
and the less they pay for him, the more they can give him in wages as well.
Yeah, that's true. But like, here's how I see it. Like at the same time, like Haaland, because I feel like what Haaland wants to do is he wants to go for the Ballon d'Or. He wants to do like pull out Cristiano and Messi, like have that kind of dominance.
You can't do that at Dortmund.
Of course not. That's why, like, for him, realistically, 3 clubs that could really make him a mega star, which is Bayern, Real Madrid, Barcelona. Man City is up there, but the thing is with Man City, Pep Guardiola is always going to be the superstar. People are always going to praise Pep. They're not really like they're going to and plus Man City don't really have the PR really to like really blow up a player. Like you could see, let's say for example, I'll give you an example, Aguero in 2014. Aguero in 2014 was better than Suarez in 2014 if you actually look at the matches and delivery and how much he showed up. But people remember Suarez because Liverpool just have a much more rabid fan base that could spread out this player's name. And this matters, man. Like I think for him, those are the 3 clubs that he would really, really want to probably go to. Like if Bayern are looking to move on Lewandowski, Haaland would slot in as a number 9 for Bayern, the biggest club in Germany. That'd be huge. If he goes to Barcelona are dying for a superstar, a talisman. He'll be the face of Barca, arguably one of the biggest clubs in the world. Like it's this and plus with the state that Barca are in, if Haaland comes in and like starts running for a La Liga title or they qualify for the Champions League and they go deep, he's gonna be getting all that credit. Like if he goes to Real Madrid, I don't see the thing is the only thing I don't see him at Real Madrid because I think Benzema is gonna be balling for at least another year. So will Haaland be willing to play second fiddle for a whole year? Like unless he wants to play on the right flank because that right flank is dead. But like at that point, why would we buy a superstar of his caliber to play him out of position? Right. So I don't know. Like that's why the thing is the move to Madrid, even though I see a lot of ties, I just don't see it. I think maybe that's just Perez smoke screening to like make it harder for Barca to get him. But I do see like those are probably the best destinations for him, either Bayern or Barca. Like if for Haaland for him to become a household name, for him to become like to transcend football. Because like Messi and Ronaldo, even people don't follow football, they know Messi and Ronaldo.
You see, what I've always said is that if we're being real, I think what makes sense is Barcelona because, as you said, Man City, Are you sure you'll fit Pep's system and Pep will always be the head honcho? For Bayern Munich, Lewandowski can easily go for another 3 or 4 more seasons. So where are you going to play? Real Madrid, I think Benzema can still go for another 2 or 3 more seasons. So where are you going to fit in? Barcelona, no offense to look with 2 U's, but look with 2 U's. So that is the perfect place for where you will be the number one target and you will be the main man. No other place can you guaranteed to be the main man. Barcelona is the only place where you can guaranteed to be the main man.
Yeah,
So,
I want to I think with Dembele not even, I think like he's out, they're gonna put Ferran Torres on the right, and that just leaves the number 9 spot open, especially if Luke De Jong is leaving, and it seems like whatever conversation they have with Morata is not happening. So that number 9 spot is going to be completely vacant, and it only makes sense for Haaland to go to Barcelona. Now, will he go? That's something else. But with this issue with Dortmund that I personally see is that I think that Dortmund actually wants to sign a striker now in the market before the summer, when teams will know they'll have the money from what they sold Haaland for. So I think that's why they're a little bit annoyed, and they want to know ahead of time so that they at least have this transfer window to try to make a move. So with Haaland, I think Haaland's being a bit of a hypocrite in my opinion, just because you've seen all over the news that his agent is just like pretty much whoring him around all around Europe, and Haaland just contradicts everything. So Dortmund is kind of not in control of this entire situation. So they want to get an answer. But as for where Haaland goes, I mean, I think the way Mino Raiola and Haaland's father has set him up is in a position where they can get a huge commission fee and high wages at whatever club he decides to go to. And if Chelsea was the only club last year, they absolutely gets no leverage from them, especially if they're going to be paying a higher transfer fee for him. But because it's lower this coming summer, they have way more leverage.
So I'd like to give a bit more insight on Mino Raiola. There's a program in the Netherlands. It's called Studio Football, and basically he comes on there sometimes and speaks with the people because he grew up in the Netherlands, so obviously he speaks Dutch, right? And so, and in one of the recent times that he came on, he was explaining that the way that FIFA or the Federation of like football has organized it for agents now is that it used to be that the agent got whatever the player said the agent would get, right? There was no rules, but now they're actually putting a restriction so that the what's it called? The agent gets a fixed percentage of the salary that the player earns. So if we go and we have that in mind, the only the going to Barcelona, I'm not sure how much it makes sense, because the whole thing with Barcelona is that they can't get people off their wages, and is the guarantee that Haaland can play with very high wages there is actually quite low. And so that's where I'm looking at. I think the Premier League actually is the most logical when we look at Mino Raiola's perspective, which is why I think Manchester City is where he is going to go, because at this point, I don't even know if what Haaland is doing, like what his input is with his decisions. But I think at this point, like, it's clear that he's not really making his own decisions, that it's very much based on what his father and his agent have to say about it. And with his father saying that he either should play for a very big club, so the means to an end, right? Real Madrid, Bayern, Barca, and with Mino Raiola saying it was intentions of getting the highest wages possible, the options for Mino Raiola is the Premier League or Real Madrid, and the option for and the only common option there is Real Madrid. So I think Manchester City is where he would go if his father can be convinced that Manchester City can be a big club. But if everything goes with how both of them want it and they come to a compromise, it's going to be Real Madrid. And that would be very, very different if we have Mbappe, Haaland, and Benzema. I don't know how that would work out. Maybe Benzema moves to 10.
It's Benzema.
It's going to be crazy, but that's the only thing.
Benzema has said himself that he wants to move back to Lyon. He doesn't want to retire at Madrid. So he's moving on. That's why I said I don't see.
So
him,
he might just come to Madrid.
Year, well, no, but if he's going to Madrid, like, let's say, I don't think Haaland's the type to, like, Ronaldo when he came back in 2009. He did play second fiddle to Raul. He played in the transitional season until Raul. I know he got injured, but even Benzema, same thing, where like they waited until Raul and the old guard sort of moved on. And then 2010 is when they brought in Mourinho, and then that's when like Ronaldo's Real Madrid era really started. So like unless Haaland's willing to do something like that, like which I don't see him doing because like he's on fire right now. Like Haaland has more goals than games right now with Dortmund, and like especially with the options he has, like why would he? Right? Like I said, like Haaland, like he could go to City. I see a lot of City fans rattled.
Sorry, go.
No, I was just gonna say a lot of City fans are rattled thinking that like nobody wants to do it. Like, no, it's just that if he goes to City, it's just the City are already a dominant team. Unless he wins the Champions League, his stint is also gonna be fruitless. Like if he goes to Barca and brings them back, I feel like that would do more for him.
I don't think he can. I don't think he can go to Barca, bro.
Why? Why not?
Because like
he's too big
bro,
for them.
our wage structure, bro. Our wage like
yeah, the wage structure. It's just not going to work out for Mino Raiola. Notice how notice how at Barcelona there's only one player, right? That's whose agent is Mino Raiola, right? There's only one, right? And that's so for a reason because Barcelona can't handle that.
Listen, bro. Like if we're gonna get Haaland, bro. Like I know Dembele is gone. That's like 300,000 away. Because he said it's announced like he's gonna go. He's finished at Barcelona. He's going in the summer. But other than him, it's not even enough. Dembele going. I think like they have to get rid of another like a Frankie De Jong as well.
But Abdul, isn't that what's happening right now? Aren't the reports from Barca saying that they're all floating Frankie De Jong? He's planning to be shipped out. Aside from that, I felt Laporte did some good business.
I read online someone was saying Frankie to Chelsea. I don't know whether that's
like and aside from that, Laporte has done some really good business for Barca where he did instead of like going for big names and sign like permanent players. Aside from Fernan Torres, he's really been going after like short-term deals just to bandage it for now. Just
it depends whether Coutinho gets ball and stuff like that, you know.
True.
That's like, I feel Coutinho is a big factor.
Because if they offload Coutinho, let's say, and they offload Frankie De Jong, like right there, they could get Haaland because Barca have a good squad like full of youth. Like bringing in Haaland, they're set for the next 5-6 years.
Wait, hold on. Okay, wait. Let me just get to the points and then I'll bring in some other guys. Make sure that everyone wants to speak. So, Young Meaty says Peak Labil is the best midfielder in the world. But how many times do we see Peak Labil? But Keyman is best. I'll give him that. Pogba is more talented than both of them.
Also facts.
Yeah. He's smoking.
True.
Based purely on talent, because I think he said, Pogba is more talented than Iniesta and Modric. Purely on talent.
Not on talent, in all attributes, HH. In all attributes,
I've never seen a player move with the ball the way that Pogba moves. The way that he moves with the ball is very different.
He's passing as well.
The kind of thing that Pogba can do, it's like if this guy could just have a level of consistency, he'd be an outrageous midfielder because the kind of things that he can do, Modric and Iniesta can't do. The kind of things that Pogba can do. From Anthony Jordan Martial, I'm a Ballon d'Or talent. Free me anyone apart from CFC. Oh, how sweet. Thank you for the support. Algerian Football Federation, HH, you have the right to induct Bonesia. Do your job. Bro, if you guys don't make it to the group and I'm inducting the entire nation, we're going to talk about that, don't worry. Daddy Oos, my great friend Sage is back. HH is a fossilized. Daddy Oos, learn to speak English, bro. Learn to speak English. Ice Freeze says, can't wait for Feb 15th. By the way, HH, where was Hazard? Winning the ITEST award at the 2018 World Cup. That's where it was, bro. Thanks.
Facts.
Red Devil says that please play PSG ITEST Algeria receipts. Big up Malawi. I'm gonna not throw it. What PSG ITEST, I think basically I sent out the invite, so he's gone missing. But don't worry, we'll address that, man. So guys, let's keep this moving.
Can I talk about Haaland?
Okay, cool.
Okay. For me personally,
what you're saying, Crower.
No, for me personally, I think he's overrated. He only scores against small teams. I can't remember one big team he's really scored against.
Liverpool, and during their prime run, he with
last season.
Yes, I understand. When
he was the best team in the world, bar none.
Scored against PSG, like come on, core. Like
knockout stage tax.
He scored against Sevilla in the knockout.
Wait, did this guy just say knockout stage tax? What the hell is
knockout because let me can I say my
the CEO final tax law. The CEO final tax.
Keep on talking rubbish. I will just throw you out.
Core, I have no idea what you're saying.
Wait, can I go on it? Cool, finish.
Didn't you see the assist that he gave to Marco Reus against Manchester City? Like that pass he gave to Reus. Like he literally created that chance for Marco Reus.
Come on, Core. He's not overrated.
Cole, what would you do if Haaland joins Bayern?
In my
like,
opinion, I see him as overrated, but maybe you don't. Let's move on, right? Thank you.
Wait, Core, can you name me 5 strikers that are better than him?
No. We're moving on. HH, let's move on.
What?
Wait, that's it? Is that what you want to say? Cool.
Can you name me 5 strikers that are better than
So
him?
nothing about where he's gonna go.
I'll throw you out.
Cole, who do you think is better, Harry Kane or Haaland?
I think they're both overrated. I think they're both overrated.
No, Core, can you just name me 5 strikers that are better than him? Can you just name me 5 strikers that are better than him right now in the world?
No.
Are you going to talk about how Hazard is the biggest flop in football
Relax,
history?
relax. Red, relax.
We need some kind of refund on it. We need to sue Chelsea for this shit.
I'm not even kidding. We need a lawsuit. Like, this is not fair.
This is relax. Stop hating.
It's not
he hasn't arrived yet. He hasn't arrived yet. Give him 5 more seasons, and he will give you like, I don't know, 2 Gs.
We should still. So guys, let's talk about Martial.
Bro, did you guys see him in the picture with Real Madrid? He wasn't even laughing, bro. He was just there.
Let me meet this guy.
Realton.
So Martial, let's talk about Martial. So guys, look, who do we believe? Ragnick says that he refused to be part of the squad. Martial said that he would never refuse to play. Martial also says he is pushing to leave Man United and so forth. So my thing is that is Ragnick lying? Why would he lie? Is Martial lying? Why would he lie? So this is because I think this may be a thing of miscommunication, because my thing is, because I think when they even went, bro, if you have injuries, I'm sure for sure, Ragnick will be like, I don't care whether we are, whether you're going to be sold, you are still part of this team. And based off the injuries and COVID, we need every man we can get. And for sure, they would have wanted Martial in the squad. So there is no reason why Ragnick would not have asked Martial to play. But now, would Martial have rejected playing? That's my thing. Or could there have been a conversation where he said, okay, I will only come and travel if you can guarantee me playing? And Ragnick have said, you can't strong arm me like that.
I think that last is exactly what happened.
Yeah.
I think that last thing is exactly what happened.
I agree.
Wait,
so I mean, also expanded it. How did you expand it?
So basically, like, obviously, if something like this happens, like, and if he clearly refused to play just because he wanted to refuse to play, he would not have put that thing on Instagram, right? He would have just not cared. And if he didn't say anything, that Ragnick wouldn't have said shit. Like, but this is also a little bit to do with Ragnick. Like, this is just clearly the guy, like, he's bricked it again. Like, this is the second time he's bricked it in 2 days. First throwing a game away by not substituting midfield, and now by, well, basically throwing one of his players under the bus, kind of. Like, it's not like even if he did, sure, like, even if he did refuse to play, like, you know that this is the Premier League. Like, he's the amount of shit that Martial is going to get for that. Like, you have to be responsible as a manager, at least, for, like, what you say, that's, you know, and how it affects your players. Like, how did he not think, just for 1 second, if I say this, he's going to get pelters from the Manchester media, right? So, and that's exactly what happened. And now, of course, because of that, Martial has to come out with the thing saying that he didn't tell Ragnarok he didn't want to play or whatever like that. And yeah, but basically this just is Ragnarok being just incompetent again.
Okay, so you're saying that it was a case that he asked Martial to play, and Martial said that, oh, I will only play if I can guarantee to start.
Yes, because basically I think what happens is Ragnarok rings Martial. He's like, hey, Anthony, Tony, Tone, me. How are you doing? Do you want to play? Do you want to come with the squad? We need you right now. We are fucked with COVID and injuries. And he's like, am I going to go play? And Ragnarok's like, no, you're not. You're going to be on the bench. We just need you for numbers. And Martial at that point is just like, what's the point? I'm not playing. Like, and I guess after a discussion, it's just like, no. And in the end, I think if everything had gone to plan, they win the game, nothing comes out. But because they threw a 2-0 lead, basically tensions are high, like it's very heated, and then suddenly you have a situation where the manager slips that, and then now it's gone to shit, and now I don't know how Martial gets back into the squad.
I think one thing I agree with those though, that I think that's very key is that the way Ragnick has handled this, it's very bad, because again, you're not only a manager, you're also like a PR guy. You have to. You're
like nowadays that is the case.
You're a football guy,
that's managing the situation. Manager.
You have to always protect the team and so forth. So by you coming out and saying that he plays because he refused to play, there's no context. So automatically, we would then deduce that Martial, we need you to play. I don't want to play.
Like already, Martial has bricked it. Already, Martial is at fault here for choosing not to go, right?
Can we really blame him though? Can we really blame Martial?
No, question. Didn't Martial?
Red, 1 second. He didn't say he didn't want to play, like, because I think this goes back to what you said, HH, in the beginning, which I completely agree with. He said he didn't want to be in the squad. He didn't want to be in the squad, and that's what the question was. The journalist asked him, "You had one available space in the squad that you haven't used. Why is that? Like, what's up with Martial?" And he said he didn't want to be in the squad. And I completely agree with the fact that it must have been something along the lines that he asked him, "Do you want to be in the squad?" And he said, "Only if you're going to use me."
I mean, at the end of the day, to be honest with you, on this one, I stand with Ragnick. I don't like. First of all, Martial there's been reports that he's been wanting to leave United for the past month, like before January. So he's been wanting to be out for a while. So why? And if like let's say
my thing is, I stand with Ragnick as well. But here's the thing: I just think he could have handled this a lot better.
No, Red, hold up. He's supposed to be the technical director. What do you mean by he wants to leave United? He's supposed to be like the managing director to take United and to change the whole.
No. Martial wants to leave United.
Martial wants to leave United.
It's very clear he wants to leave.
Yeah, can I go?
Ragnick. Also, he's not even the permanent manager. He's an interim manager, so I'm pretty sure he's not really looking to really cause problems with the squad. He literally was asked a question, he answered it as directly as possible, like being honest and truthful about the situation. Like it's honestly, I thought it's unprofessional.
Of a football team, of a Premier League team, you can't just answer everything just like that's just
what is he supposed to say? Like Martial is injured, or
you don't just don't bring him up. You just don't bring up his name.
But he was asked the question, like he had to answer some way. He was like he didn't want to be in the squad, which is. That's what happened. Like he's gonna be standing there. Like he wasn't coached to say a lie or anything like that. He can't cover for a player if the player refuses. It's on the player. Why did he refuse? You at Martial, as a professional, should show up to your job and do your job. If you're asked to be a squad player, if you're asked to be a bench player, a starter, whatever is required of you, and for him to go afterwards to the media and make a circus of this. Now look at this. Now we're all talking about Manchester United.
Here's, I think my thing is, this is because Red is right to Europe, because I think you're both right in both sense. In one sense, if you want to just handle this in a footballing way, because what Ragnar did isn't wrong, but if you want to handle it in a football way and you just want to put your team is going through a bit up and down, so you just need as much positivity as possible, and you want to just ignore as much negative press as possible. So in a footballing sense, of just keeping everybody in a good, positive psychological space in a very delicate time for United, no comments. I don't want to elaborate on
exactly.
that.
Look at what's going on.
Here's the second thing. But Red is also right in the sense of you're still under contract. You've not moved anywhere else. I want you in my squad. It's my right to play you or not play you. You're still under contract. And if I want you on my squad, I want you to sit on my bench, you sit on that freaking bench. And if I don't use you, I don't freaking use you because you're still under contract. Until you move to Sevilla or until you're handing a transfer request, you're under contract. So if I say I want you to sit on the bench, I want you to sit on the bench. And if I use you, I use you. That's how it works. So for Martial saying that, no, bro, you can't act like that. If a guy is asking you that, I know you want to go, but you're still here. So until you sort yourself out, you're still here, you're still under contract. You've got injuries, you've got COVID. I'm picking you. Come on the freaking squad. So if you say, well, I'll only play if I'm starting on sofas, I'm like, bro, then no, that's unprofessional.
And ATH, one thing, this talks about Manchester United's situation as a whole. Like Ronaldo, when he came out in the interview, he said like the mentality is completely messed, and these youngsters don't listen. Like it's because of stuff like this. Like imagine if you're a footballer that's fallen out of grace with the manager, why would you not want to go and work hard and earn your keep? like, and earn your position on the team. Like, instead, you want to just be automatically given a starter position. It's because like he hasn't done anything. Like, if you look at the past 3-4 years, like Martial has had like one really good season. Aside from that, he's been very underwhelming.
And
like, so I don't know where he even has the audacity to even like say, "Oh, I have to play." Like, you gotta sort of like sometimes like these players are way too coddled.
And
way
that's where I
coddled.
stand with Red and Ragnick, where yes, I feel that Ragnick could have handled it better, but in the end, what is he supposed to do in terms of dealing with Martial personally, right? Like, how does this go personally? Like, this is what the hell is Martial doing? This, as you said, he is under contract. All I'm saying is that Ragnick just saying something like that with the situation that Man United are in, with Ronaldo's interview, with Maguire and everything going on, you don't need to cause any more shit.
There's really no thing, right? Let's be real, right? Martial is one of the most overrated players like ever. I don't even think he starts for Leicester, Everton, and Villa. I'm being like serious. Like those, like I think that Ivan Toney from Brentford is better than him. Like Inacho is better than him. Like Martial is he's overrated. It's just the fact that this guy, the fact that he has a Ballon d'Or clause,
bro, he's a good player, man.
Bro, the fact that he has a Ballon d'Or clause in his contract, like, come on, like, what are we doing? Like, Mason Greenwood, like, born like from United, he's a way better player than Martial. He's more talented than Martial.
Wait, what's the Ballon d'Or clause? What is that?
Like, so if he wins a Ballon d'Or, they have to pay Monaco.
They have to pay him, yeah.
Like, which was they finessed Monaco. Monaco could have got an extra 5 mil, but they added that clause.
Here's the thing. See, this is why people just like to, because again, we would not know the truth. But let me just show you this, man. So you see, this is Mark Goldbridge. Well, you well know who Mark Goldbridge is. So,
oh boy.
From Anthony Martial's Minster club, you can't publicly say he refused to play if he didn't. The abuse he's had is ridiculous. See, Mark, we don't know what the real truth is, because how are you now? So you just believe Martial because he now put it out?
No, that's not what he's saying.
Why should we even believe Ragnick? Because my thing about this is that
he's made a video afterwards saying that he doesn't. He's basically what you're saying. Like, he made this tweet, but in the video that he made afterwards, he's basically saying, "We don't know what happened. How can I judge what happened?" But this tweet was just in the moment.
Basically, I believe that because I think Ragnick said he refused to be in the squad, and Martial said that I will never refuse to play for Man United. So it's very vague what Martial said. See, Martial, you didn't say that. Oh, I never refused to be in the squad. You just said I will never refuse to play for Man United, which means that you're frustrated with United. You want to leave. And Ragnick is saying, do you want to travel all the way to Birmingham? Well, you're going to be in the bench. You're just going to be in the squad. So if your mentality is like, man, I don't want to play. United is a mess. I want to go out. You probably had the conversation of like, look, unless I'm playing, I don't really want to roll and go. I remember
but
I just want to say one thing. I just want to say one thing because I'm heading out. Like, just on this topic, I've been on this hangout for years, and every year it's the same conversation about Man United. Every single year. I'm not even kidding, guys. You can go back to 2015, 2016, 2017, 18, 19. Every single year, and every time, who do we blame? We blame the manager. We say that, oh, it's his fault. It's his fault. And we coddle these players, bro. These players are trash. United,
exactly. They're overrated.
Exactly. I'm gonna finish this.
Overrated.
United need, you know how you use Drano to clean up a pipe? They need Drano for that entire team. Just rinse it and start the squad from scratch. Like, look at Barca, right? Barcelona went through the same decline that United went through. But Barcelona in one season, have instantly repaired and got long-term replacements in one season just by doing proper business, investing in youth, getting rid of the old guard, bringing in new talent, even though they're not still at their level what they used to be, but you can at least see identity. You can at least see where they're going. With United, every single time, Mourinho sacked. What's his name? Van Gaal sacked. Like, they've got some great coaches. And for what? Like, for these players. Man, your players are just not good. Martial is never going to land. Never.
Wait, Red. This is why I always said it. People like these fans keep blaming the manager, the players. It's always the board. That's your sense of direction. If your board has no sense of direction, how are you going to build a team?
Z-Man, the thing is the board are like they have this huge shipwreck with a ton of holes in it that's leaking in water, right? And instead of actually addressing the situation and being like, okay, we need a whole new ship and we need to start over from scratch and really embrace our failure and grow from there, what are they doing? They're just keep putting bandages on it. We need our defense is trash. Let's just pay 80 million for.
They're putting trash bags over the holes.
Literally, and that's the thing is like United have if you look at teams like, for example, like City, right? City buy intelligently. City never just splash cat, like they don't have a striker. They couldn't get a proper striker they wanted. Instead of just overpaying, getting some garbage and giving him a 4-year contract, they're like, you know what? We'll just play the season as is, and we'll wait till we get a better option. We can get our target next season. They don't really just throw their money at the situation. They're a well-run club. Look at Liverpool. Same thing. Liverpool went through an injury crisis. Do you think they went and spent money on high-profile players just to cover these temporary problems they have? No, we'll wait it out. We'll bring in some loan deals, and then look at them now. They're in a much better position. They've been more consistent. You look at these clubs. This is how a club is supposed to run. United, for the most part, look at their buys. Not one. What's United's style? Counter-attacking? No, they're not really a great counter-attacking team. Are they possession-based? No, they don't really have any identity. What are they doing? Why'd they buy Ronaldo? Was that a calculated buy, or is that just a panic buy? That's all they do.
Because he was going to City, that's why.
Exactly. They're not a proactive club with direction. They're a reactive club. They just react and buy.
No, but basically, my thing here is that with each year that goes by, Fergie's stock grows higher and higher and higher. Because two things. Fergie's stock grows higher and higher.
Oh my God!
And I think people have to respect Mourinho.
Oh my God!
People have to.
Yeah. I'll say this. I think they need.
What about Wenger? Do Wenger stocks goes up the worse Arsenal are? Is it?
No.
Not according to it. He didn't win a UCL apparently.
Jujuma.
Oh yes, yeah. I was going to say like in modern football, it's about the manager. I think the managers in every team needs to be a superstar, and this will be controversial again because I think they need to be. Ragman has to be. He has to be the main guy because I think he needs to remove like some of the with the superstar. This may be controversial. I think he needs to remove Ronaldo because I know he's been scoring and people say this doesn't make sense, but I think Ronaldo has more power than him, and I think the manager has to have the most power out of everyone there. Because even look at PSG, that's the main problem there. Pochettino doesn't have. If Pochettino has full power, look at the teams that are successful, like the manager is the real. Even look at Liverpool, look at Man City, look at like the manager is the main guy. He can bench anyone, he can do what he wants. But if you have a team where some players have a lot of power, I think that is not in the best interest of the team, especially if you're rebuilding. Even look at Barcelona, they got rid of Messi because it's like they got rid of Messi, and now like the manager, who's the manager? He has a lot of power. So it's like, I think like, and like with Ronaldo, it's not a problem.
You remember
as long
Luis
as
Enrique?
As long as he's willing to be benched, which I don't know about that, and give like because can Ronaldo sit on the bench like three games in a row?
But even
to
Juju's point, he's spot on. Is about like even Ronaldo. He gave us his best at Madrid during the 3P was because Zidane was benching him.
Zidane was the.
He wouldn't even let him play full 90s sometimes. He would tell him like to get up. Like Ronaldo was was not the superstar at the time. Zidane was in full control and he had to rotate heavily in the team. Like Juju's right. Like the manager has to have this kind of personality. The player cannot talk back to the manager. There's what's the term? When there's there's tiers. A player is on the bottom. You listen. You just listen. We pay you to come and do what we tell you to do.
And here's the thing. Here is the thing about
the biggest issue is that like my thing is that look at Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Look at Ragnick. Now, I don't care whether Ragnick taught Tuchel and Klopp when Tuchel and Klopp were like toddlers and so forth. That doesn't matter. At the end of the day, Ragnick is not as relevant as Tuchel and Klopp, even if he invented pressing with the professor. No one gives a damn you're the professor. And as Rejo said, look at Zidane. That was the difference between, and we'll even talk about Benitez after, that's the difference between Benitez and Zidane. Benitez, even if you won with Liverpool, you won a league title with Valencia, you don't have the kind of respect. Zidane walks to a dressing room, everyone chills. Because this is freaking Zidane. So my thing is that Ragnick walks through, like as I said again, Cristiano, why? And Juju even mentioned before, Cristiano, why are you giving interviews?
That's exactly.
You're a player. Why you've now given 2 interviews now? Why are you giving interviews?
Do you know why that Double H? Do you know why I didn't like that? It undermines Ragnick's authority. Like Ragnick should be the one that's like talking anything about the sport. Not one player in this sport. I think that is wrong. I was so upset about that because it's like he's undermining Ragni's authority because Ragni he's the face, he's the boss. He's no Cristiano. That's no one gave him the role.
The thing is, the Juju. No, I agree with Juju. Like, if let's say for example, look, Ronaldo at Madrid, if he did that, like he's out.
Yeah, he'd be
like,
serious trouble. Yeah.
My problem with Manchester United is the fact that these players have power. That's the thing. You look at how much managers have been fired under,
it's not
them being
only
players.
Cristiano.
That's the problem. No, it's not Cristiano. I'm talking about the overall players, bro. Every single one of these players feel like they have more power than the manager. Because they dictate whether or not they want to try. That's a problem.
Zima,
that's a cultural problem at Manchester United.
Yeah, but but Zima, you can't. Here's where I disagree. You cannot say it's not Cristiano when Cristiano does an interview and throws another player. People say he's
reason he does that. The reason he does that interview
is because of the players.
Exactly, they're not listening to the manager.
Yeah, but here's my problem: Cristiano is a player like any other player. No one gave him the authority to go and throw his teammates under the bus. He's not the boss. That's Ragnic's job.
To his credit,
he's
like,
undermined. Yeah.
Like if you're a young star on the come up, like obviously you'd want to take as many points as possible from a player that's a veteran like Ronaldo. So like you would want to give him the respect that he's earned for his years of service for the sport. Like I get that, but I do agree with you. Like you shouldn't ever go out in public and talk about your teammates like that.
Yeah.
I just. No, unless like look, unless this is a calculated move by United to get the public against their players, because people love old Rashi and old what's Greenwood's first name? Like they love these guys, like especially the guys that end with like a Y at the end, like Harry, and like they love these guys, some of the public. So unless they want to turn the public against them so they can actually get rid of these players, but. To be honest with you, I just don't see how this is productive because you're halfway through the season. You're fighting for top 4. You're in the Champions League. Why would you want to go out and add more pressure onto your colleagues like that? Like, it's just, I don't see how it's productive halfway through the season. Like, if you went and did this like after the full season's done at the end of the summer in retrospective, I know that it's an interview they do with all players before Saturday, but like for him to throw those players under the bus, like he didn't mention names, but like you can essentially point them out. You know who he's talking about.
Yeah, he's talking about young players.
Exactly. Like so when you do that, like if you're that young player right now, if you didn't listen before, you're not going to listen to him now. You're going to be like, no, fuck you.
And see, that's the key thing. So my thing is that sometimes, and this is it goes back to Mourinho, because Mourinho was from the mindsets of old school, Inter Milan, Real, Porto, that if I criticize a player, he'll have a strong reaction.
Yeah.
But he came into United and is like, no, these newer players, they don't like, they actually react negatively if you come out and criticize them. I think for Cristiano, you're saying to yourself that, okay, maybe by saying this, he'll have a positive reaction, but there are some guys who, bro, look at how rich these guys are.
This is the Mourinho thing.
Like, look at how much, guys who don't even sniff the pitch, look at how much they're getting paid. So man's like, wait. Why should I bow down to this Cristiano guy? I have a freaking mansion. I've got a freaking Mercedes Benz. I've got many hundreds of thousands a week. Why? Oh, so Cristiano now thinks that I'm now a baby or so. No, screw this guy, man. Whatever happened, I can still go out to my private jets and see what's up. So why should I be listening to this freaking
And if it was me, like, let's be honest, guys, if it was you, like, if this guy comes out and criticizes me on public, like, I'm ganging up on him. Like, he's not getting the ball. I'm making him, like, I'm revenging that. Like, there's no way he's just going to destroy my name, because he destroys your name. Like, that's your check. He's messing with your brand. He's messing with your name. Like, I'll be upset too. Like everything. Like, if he criticizes you, like, he has no authority. Like, he's a player like everyone else.
Human psyche, Juju, is like people don't like to be criticized. Like if you're an older player and the player isn't giving the respect he deserves, you want to lead by example. You don't just tell them what to do. You don't just go out and just throw them under the bus like that, because now it's just gonna make them swing even harder to the left. Like they're not gonna want to listen to you. Like either way, it's just not productive. Like I just don't know what
Ronaldo
Ronaldo was
guys.
thinking.
These guys, they get compared to Ballon d'Or, like Marcus Ballon or Rashford, Anthony Martial with the Ballon d'Or clause, Mason Greenwood getting compared to Mbappe. These guys need to get something in their head that they're not the shit. Like, how do you put into these guys' heads that they're not the shit? Because at a certain point, like, the managers clearly at a certain point, like, the managers have not done it. Clearly, Oli and Ragnick are not telling these young players, "You guys fucking suck." right? You guys are so trash. You guys are terrible. You guys are nowhere near Mbappe. You guys are nowhere near Ballon d'Or level.
Did you know what the main thing was? And again, guys, I don't want to toot my own horn, but I said this months ago. The man for Man United was Antonio Conte.
Exactly.
Because what Conte is a fixed now manager. Because I said this, and I said this to Nick, because Nick was like, "Oh no, I don't want Conte because the guy is short term." No, you have to listen. You have Cristiano. It is what it is. Whether you like it or not, you have Cristiano. Cristiano is only going to give you maybe 2 years, max 2 years, maybe 3. And 2 years is enough for Conte to make an impact. So you get Conte, who maximizes Cristiano, maximizes this team, maybe gets a trophy, and while he's doing his 2 years and eventually leaves after 2 years, you now bring in a Ten Hag or a much more of a long-term guy. But what United did is that they got arrogant. You have a freaking 37-year-old Cristiano who can't run. You have a Cavani who's 33 who can't run. But you're now getting a guy who's known for Gegenpress. That is a very physically tasking for the philosophy. So my thing is, okay, make him a technical director, but if you're making him the manager with a certain philosophy, do you have the players that can play his philosophy? If you don't, will you give him the funds to get the players for philosophy? So it is so, because my thing is this: if Ole was still manager, United beats Villa, they beat Wolves. They won't win a trophy, but they'll do better because Ole just was able just to give these guys enough for them just to do enough. But now you've now had a Ragnick who has a very, very specific for philosophy that these players clearly can't do. Bro, you see, I want to see when May comes, because my thing is that if United don't win that Champions League and they don't make top 4, I mean, my God.
No. My thing is, HH. The thing about Conte is he's not a yes man. This board won't let him do what he wants, and he's gonna. You know how upset he gets as soon as he's not getting what he wants. So it's a matter of this board is looking at it from that situation. They're looking at it as this guy's going to be demanding. This guy's going to want certain things, and we don't want a manager that pushes us around. We want someone that we can push around, someone that's unknown.
Exactly.
That's why they hired those type of managers. You can push them around because they don't have the pedigree, and they're not going to fight back with you, and they're not majority of the fans are worried about Martial FC, Rashford FC, and this is why they created a toxic culture. That's like that needs a whole rebuild. When people were talking about how Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was like restructuring the culture, everything went to shit as soon as he left. So it's like this whole thing. It starts from the top. If you're gonna hire Ralph, hire him in his position. That's my problem. If you're gonna hire Ralph, hire him in his position. Get the manager, support them, let them make decisions in terms of football. That's the biggest problem. Like, listen, if even Jose Mourinho, you think he wanted Pogba? He didn't. I don't think he wanted Pogba at all to begin with. You look at the type of players they bring in. How much of those players were what the manager actually wanted? That's the thing. If you're gonna back Ralph, let Ralph make the decisions. Stop putting him in manager position. Stop putting him in these in this position that doesn't suit him. That's the problem with these guys. So they need to clear this whole squad, man. I'm talking about like Pogba should leave, like a bunch of players should leave. You should have a style implemented, and that's their problem, bro. So Conte would never they would never accept him.
And that's what leads to the Cristiano interview, though, because what I said was Conte is good, but I always said, if you remember Uncle Ernie, I said Uncle Ernie might have been decent because sort of he is a yes man, sort of, but he is a guy that can seriously get the best out of like aging, like average players at best. Like that is a guy that can get the best out of them and win trophies with average teams. So that's why I said that Uncle Ernie might be a good option for Manchester United. But this is what leads all the way back to the Cristiano interview. Cristiano wants Manchester United to succeed. And it seems like he's the only one that actually wants Manchester United. Well, I guess everyone does, but he's the only one that knows what succeeding at Manchester United is in that team. So if you have Cristiano that is the only one that knows, like Ralph Rangnick isn't going to suddenly decide to do something drastic, because what United need is something crazy. They need something drastic to change, because the way they're going, even if they make signings, whatever, not going to win a single trophy until they do something crazy and change the structure of the entire club. And that's where Cristiano's interview comes in, because sure, like it's a bad timing and whatever, but I think it actually is a good timing that he timed it like so interruptedly in the middle of the season, because something needs to happen to Manchester United. Something needs to happen for them to succeed. And
see,
the manager won't say shit. The manager is a yes man.
But see, here's the thing. Like this, for me, just from knowing United fans and living in England and so forth. Like because of what Fergie did, United fans are amongst the most arrogant fans you'll find. So there is a sense of entitlement. And for so long, because for me, like I remember United all through the 90s, through the 2000s, until Fergie retired, and this was the number one team in England. Fergie doing 3 in a row and so forth. So I think when you're so used to winning and being so successful, you have that sense of entitlement. And once Fergie left, that sense of entitlement remained. That Man United were Man United. And I kept saying to United fans that, like, which is why I always crack the joke, like, when else have you actually won a major trophy? You can't have this sense of entitlement when you've never won a major trophy. United is relevant because of what Fergie did, not because of what others. The real reason why United still gets lots of traction, lots of likes, and these fan channels do well, Mark Goldrich does well, is because of Fergie. Because Fergie built this brand.
But HH, do you think people being
my thing is that these United fans, I say, so like this, your self-entitlement makes no sense, because you always have to be relevant, which is why you can never ignore Real Madrid or a Bayern Munich, because Real Madrid and Bayern Munich are always winning trophies and are always competitive in the Champions League. They're always going to go far in the UCL. They're always going to win trophies. So Bayern, Real Madrid, obviously Barca will come back. They will come back. So these guys, Barca, these are big teams. Man United is a brand. They're not a big team. They're a brand. And they've been a brand for the last few years. And you've survived off being a brand that's Fergie built based off success. So all these years are just living off the fumes of
I disagree, HH. I disagree, because I think most clubs go through bad patches. Like I know it's an extended bad patch, but I think
a very extended one.
Yeah, it's extended. But I think if we go back to the whole Ragnick and Martial thing, because I know we went off on a tangent, I think people are being too harsh on Ragnick, because as an interim manager, you are limited in what you can do and what you can't do. Like you can't go in and try to revolutionize everything when everybody knows you're only there for a couple months. And second of all, I remembered one thing. The whole thing with Martial, I remember back when Oli was in charge, it was, I think, in November before he got sacked. I think in a press conference, he said that Martial is injured and therefore he can't play. The following day, Martial's girlfriend went on Instagram and she said Martial is fine, he's not injured and he can play. So that tells me that Martial might actually not be lying. And it might not even be Ragnick, or he might be lying, but it might be something deeper than that, because it's not the first time this has happened. It happened back in November when his girlfriend said, no, he's not injured, actually. So I think the club is actually trying to, like, they're not allowing him to play. I don't know what it is. It's actually very bizarre, you know?
They're scared of him getting that Ballon d'Or clause.
That will never happen.
Actually, I want to just pull up this thing by Chance Snuff. Liverpool went through a 30-year drought. Are they small, HH? Now, didn't Liverpool win a Champions League during that time? Didn't they win an FA Cup during that time? Or does that Champions League not count? So my thing is that you can't just say that all because they didn't win the Premier League in 30 years. No, they literally won the Champions League in 2005. So that's counts.
HH, think about it. That was 4, and then after the Champions League, it took them 14 years to win another major trophy. Manchester United has only gone like what? 8 without a major trophy?
Yeah, 10 years, yeah.
Is that 10 years at best?
Yeah, it's only been 9 years. It's not bad.
Well, yeah, but the worrying thing is, that do they look like winning? Do they look like winning one in the next?
Did Liverpool look like winning one in 2015 under 2012 under Roy Hodgson?
It's very simple. Like, my thing is that you have to win trophies for me to take you seriously as a big club footballing wise. See, when people say you're a big club, I say, in what sense? Are you a big club in a marketing sense or in a football sense?
But
United are one of the biggest clubs in the world in a marketing sense.
It is concerning they haven't won like any type of trophy since 2016,
Yeah.
2017.
But my thing is that I can't call United a big club in a football sense. They're one of the biggest clubs, maybe the biggest in a marketing sense, in a branding sense, 100%. But in a football sense, no.
It's not only that, but like at least with Liverpool, they're actually competing. Like they actually legit have a chance to win at least the last like three-ish years. Something Manchester United, like they don't compete in any trophy.
It's been 5 years since they touched.
When was the last time they won like a trophy? Like not a major trophy. I'm not. Well, do you guys count the Europa League as a major?
No, they went to the final of the Europa League.
Bro, there might be trophy virgins for a while, man.
Yeah. No, when was the last time like they won like a FA Cup?
I mean, to be fair, we said they were going to win. Some people were saying they were going to win the title last season. That was crazy. I don't know who was saying that.
No. Basically, put it this way. For United, man, look, I'm not here to. Even if as much as I want United to suffer and so forth. Actually, I hated United before I followed Chelsea because I said my big brother was a United fan and always used to go at it. So because again, you guys probably don't remember who Cantona is. This was during the days of Eric Cantona and everything in the 90s. But my thing about United is that look at AC Milan. Milan has slowly, and that was what 10 years. Because I think it was 2011. When they last won a title was 2011, and look at how long it's taken them to actually qualify for the Champions. So, and this is freaking AC Milan, one of the biggest clubs in the world, but it took them a long time. So my thing for United is that you're not big. Like Milan are one of the biggest football.
But the issue too, they have the money. So if Milan had that type of money that they have, if Milan had the type of money United have, Milan would have been competing.
Milan and United are not the same.
And that because let's keep it real, Milan shouldn't have made top for last season. Based off the team and squad they have, they just have made top for last season. So they actually have actually gone further ahead, and it showed by them finishing bottom of the Champions League group. Because bro, look at how far the guys in the UCL are other than them. So
Milan is football heritage.
All right, Cole. Before you talk, I'm listening. I do think that I'm bringing in. So Cole, based on your amazing comments, I'm now giving you a warning. So this is your warning. This is your yellow card. So another thing again. So
it's just an opinion.
So you've gotten a yellow card. So any other trash, and I'll be looking at the streets. So the streets will tell me whether I should caution you again and so forth. So any other trash take, you get a second yellow, a sending off, and I put you in the freaking sin bin. So you've been warned. Carry on.
Can I? No, but please let me tell you something, right? But when Juju Man says something stupid, you don't give him a yellow card. When someone else like let's say Osasuna or some other guy say something.
When did I say something stupid?
When did I say something stupid?
That's red.
VAR, check VAR because every time when they say something stupid, you never go on them, never give them yellow or red. Like I don't understand that.
But Corey,
you
said knockout stage. You said knockout stage tag.
Oh, is that
Look,
you gotta make the panel laugh at least. That's why Juju Ben doesn't get a book.
Yeah, I mean,
no, Core makes the panel laugh, but we laugh with Juju Man. We laugh at
I'm
Core.
only judging by this. Core, can you stop derating this thing and actually talk some football, please?
Okay, so Ragnick is a very good coach. The problem with this United team goes deeper than just Ragnick. I think is just the players. There's too many egos, way too many egos. And I think the best option for Ragnick right now is to play without Ronaldo, because you could see that he's derailing the team, and with his comments that he made on to the youth players of United, it's really gonna hurt them. It's not gonna make them motivated, and it's not even gonna make them pass the ball to him, because it's gonna even make them have more egos between themselves. Hence wise, he just fueled more fire into him versus Greenwood. Greenwood now will never pass him the ball because of what he said, and he's even poured more fire into poured more fire in Marcus Rashford and all these guys. They're not gonna pass the ball to him. They're gonna be selfish and they're gonna wanna show that, oh, they're better than this player. So this is my thing about Ragnick. Um, I heard he signed Amadou Haidara today. It's I think it's agreed. The deal's agreed from RP Leipzig. The defensive midfielder. I think it's a signing they really need, and I think if they can just get someone like that, and then probably get like a really really good center back that could partner up with Varane, that would be really good because Baye is about to go to AC Milan. So um, I think they Lindelof, Maguire, they just don't cut it. They just don't cut it. He needs to get at least another really good center back in that team. And I think Haidara is a really good signing. To be honest, I think he'll.
Did they really sign him, Haidara?
Yeah. They agreed a deal. They agreed a deal just
That's
today.
a good
Yeah.
signing. That's a really good
Yeah,
signing.
that's a really good sign. Like because I was shocked when I heard. I was like, oh shoot, like they could do something. Um, so yeah, that's how I see it for Martial. Yeah.
Okay.
Hello.
So wait, let me just get some those, man.
VAR, no yellow card.
Chris says everybody forgot Pogba is free in the summer. Also, he's still not signed the contract.
No.
He's never
Didn't
going
they
to
offer
sign
him
the
like
contract.
500K or something like that? Was it
Wait, hold
500?
up. Mega says food truck Walcott should be sold instead of Martial. Who is food truck Walcott? Is that Greenwood? Who's
Theo
that?
Walcott. No, wait, what? Hold on, what?
Daddy U says Core is an attention seeker, willfully dumb.
No,
for
I think that's Rashford.
That's a bit harsh, man. That's a bit harsh. From your boy YB Jeremy says, and Memphis and Sims on the they're not on the album, bro. Memphis and Sims are not on the album.
You should have them in a feature, man.
They're not on the
Oh
album.
yeah, give me a feature,
They're
HH.
hard,
HH,
man.
give me a feature. Give me a feature.
You know, relax.
This track of the century, man.
Godfather Ralph Ragnick says, I don't play Martial. The club scared to pay Monaco. What? Scared? What?
Ballon d'Or cost.
Ballon d'Or cost. Yeah.
Oh, that's really fair. So yeah, from Annie, I'm not that gullible to read your name, bro. Says Lulu man, if you aren't informed, don't talk. Z-man, thumbs up.
I am Annie.
Just about to ignore this. Godfather again says, United fans have faith in me. It's a process day by day. Have faith, man. Have faith. From Anthony Michelle says, Lukaku was balling with me. Just saying, #free. Relax. No. We're not
Would you want him?
No. Daddy U says, only trophy United has in the last 5 years is CR7's trophy wife. Oh, wow. Okay, Daddy U, I think that's a BH. Hamza to Football says, brother, CL giving lectures after. You see, here's the thing. Give a lecture if you're actually one of the best players and he produced. You can't give a lecture when the last game you miss.
Yeah, but he's not getting service. He's not getting service, man.
Abdul, I know he's our goat, but Abdul, I mean, you
know what's sad? You know what's sad? They are playing two like wannabe strikers on the wings, so none of them cross. It's just all shoot, bro.
It's like if you watch United, it's actually like you just know what's going to happen when the ball goes forward. Like you know exactly what the player is going to do before the player does it. It's so obvious.
And you got Bruno as a playmaker, so
wait,
more
Radigan says, no, I wouldn't sign Hadara. United should be white only. Oh, right. All right, okay. These guys are weirdos. Daddy says, Core. Ghana's coach flopped in the Thailand league.
He's trash. Sack him or ASAP. Sack him ASAP. Sack him ASAP.
All right. Okay. Cool. Thank you very much. Thank you, man. So, guys, let's hit this off right now. So let's talk about this dude here, man. Let's talk about this dude right here now.
Benitez. Wait, have you talked about PSG? Sorry, are you talking about Algeria yet?
Not yet. Not yet. We're gonna address those dudes. Benitez, he's been sacked.
Didn't you rep this guy?
Can I talk? Let me land. And yes, I still rep him because let me just talk now. He's been sacked, and the question I want to ask you guys is that: is he finished? Is he no longer relevant? And is he now totally washed? and I want to hear people's views on them. But before we even get there, I think that Benitez is a guy who deserves a little bit of respect. That's why I said it. Shout out to winning a trophy for Chelsea, the Europa League. He won a league title with Valencia, took them to a UCL final. But unlike Simeone, I think that, in my opinion, Benitez gave the best halftime team talk of all time in for football. How he won that 05 UCL with that Liverpool team is one of the greatest pieces of dud I think football has ever seen. So whatever he told his team at halftime when you were 3-0 down against that Milan team, a freaking UCL final, and to come out and actually draw 3-2 and win is simply amazing. And the reason why I say that Benitez needs to be given credit is that Benitez is a manager. He's a manager. Now, let's just be real here. Has Benitez ever, maybe the closest thing was maybe Chelsea, maybe Real Madrid, but has he ever been in a situation that Mourinho was in with Bram and Chelsea? Has he ever been in a situation that Pep was in all of the teams he's been in? Because it's one of those things that say, okay, if Benitez was given a lot of money and a top team, would he be successful? But then now people would say Real Madrid. You had super top players. You lost the dressing room. Zidane comes halfway through the season and wins the Champions League with that team. So,
but with Madrid, the players, like his strategy was wrong. He wanted to put Bale, the main person, and
but he also lost the dressing room.
Ronaldo didn't like him. Plus, he had a beef with Ronaldo since 2007 and 8 when he was coaching Liverpool, and he said like he didn't think Ronaldo was good or something like that, and they had beef since then, and like they just like Ronaldo and them didn't get along, and it wasn't like. And then even the training session, Ronaldo like wasn't happy, and it was just like it didn't work. And I think it reached a point where like he told like Perez, it's either me or Benitez. Like it was that bad. So I think I don't think he worked. He didn't get a fair shot.
Is Benitez done? Is he done as a manager?
Oh no! I respect. I respect Benitez. I think what's it called? I think this guy is a good man. I don't think he got his fair share. I mean, since he left Liverpool, I don't think like he has like been given like a lot of resources to deal with, and he's been going to mid-level teams to survive to get a check. But I think he what's it called? I think he's a good manager. Look, Perez told him to lose weight, but it's like I don't think that matters. Because it's
not
like,
real.
I think. Yeah. Like when he was in Madrid, he was told to lose weight by Florentino Perez because it doesn't look good on the team. Like it's like image. I was a Madrid fan then, so I know. So it's like So, but I think Benitez is a good manager. Look, he hasn't done well.
Wait, guys! Did you just peep the comment that Jujuman just said?
He was a Madrid fan.
I was a Madrid fan then.
Yeah.
So he harkens back of a time when he used to be a Madrid fan.
Yeah.
Once a brother, always a brother.
Yeah, because what's it called? It just like Madrid played really nice football, and it's like it was just nice. And then I just didn't like the team afterwards because like it's like it's just time to move on. Like it was just like I didn't get any. They didn't like it wasn't as fun to watch again. But yeah, it was like. I don't think Benitez got a fair shot at Madrid. He wasn't given like full. I mean, he was given a bit of authority.
No.
Down south.
And also,
you know what? The funny thing,
that's not what happened to Madrid. Once he was look at what happened with
but he was the one that put
right decision.
No, yeah, but he was the one that put Casemiro at CDM, and people were questioning him. Were saying like, why is James on the bench in that Clasico? He lost, but. He put Casemiro at CDM, and since then, like they started putting Casemiro. Then
he failed with Casemiro at CDM. Zidane succeeded with Casemiro at CDM. There's a difference.
Yeah, but he was the first one to do that, though. Like, but with Zidane too, it's like players respected Zidane. That's why I think what's it called? If you have a team, the players have to respect the manager. If they don't, it doesn't work. Like the manager has to get like full authority.
No, like Benitez had one person's respect, and that was Bale. Like,
notice
how Bale has gone off the cliff ever since Benitez left.
Since we're on the topic of Madrid, I don't know if you know, but Do you know the reason why Asensio didn't play the final and is going to be injured for the next 2 games?
Why?
Apparently, he has a rectum injury.
Didn't Mascherano also get that in the World Cup semi? Like maybe.
But he didn't play.
Like,
He
like
just has a rectum
something
injury.
in training or something. Like it might not seem what it sounds like.
That's going too far, man. Let's not go there, man.
How'd you get a rectum injury, bro?
No, let's not go there, bro. I know where people are gonna go, man.
Z-Man, can you talk about Z-Man? Z-Man.
Benitez.
Z-Man, so is Benitez finished?
Yeah, bro. But Benitez, man, I think he's finished. You know, he has respectable moments in Liverpool.
Hold
Valencia.
on. Zimmer, before you go. Ricardo, I'm sorry. The streets have demanded it for derailing it with that, man. I'm sorry, man. I've got to give
What? It wasn't my fault.
Yellow card. This is the street that I'm sorry. Yellow card caution, man. Yellow card caution for that, man. I'm sorry, man.
That's too much information, man. But yeah, I wanted to say, man. Yeah, he gets respect for what he did. He gets respect for what he did at Valencia, what he did at Liverpool in the halftime talk. I don't think it was solely down to him for that 2005 halftime talk. I think it was more so down to your boy Stevie G. I think he was the one that was giving out the lecture. But yeah, you give him respect for that. In terms of what he's done so far, this guy went to Newcastle, then he went to he got them relegated, right? And then he got them promoted. Right? Yeah, no, he got them promoted and he was doing well, and then he got fired. And then he went to China. And then he came back to Everton. That's the hallmarkings of a Finnish manager, bro. So you know, he's Everton. He had some man management problems with one of the fullbacks. What is it, Lucas Digne? Yeah. So
okay. Do you know why he fell out with Luca Digne? It was all just a hoax. It's because here's the thing about Rafa Benitez. He was never Everton manager. He was just a spy for Liverpool, right? He was meant to just make Everton fail. So what does he do? He puts them in a relegation battle. He sells the left back Luca Digne to Steven Gerrard, and then what's it called? He did something else. Like he lost to Norwich or something like.
Yeah. And then he went to Chelsea. He wasn't liked by the Chelsea fans because he wasn't a Chelsea man. And then but he ended up winning Europa League. He led you guys to Europa League, right? So he led them to a European trophy. So he's had an up and down type of career, man. I don't rate him in terms of like the top 5 to top 10. I don't think he makes it to that list.
But how many people, in terms of a manager's achievements, how many people have a better achievement than that's 05 UCL?
No. Okay, yeah, you give him credit for that, but is that all we're going by? I mean, you could give him credit for the Valencia days, but I don't think it's enough to rank him high.
You are right. Like, basically, Benitez is one of those guys where it's basically you said like it's up and down. There are some great highs and some serious lows because remember Inter Milan, and also didn't he? I think he lost us. I think he lost us the Club World Cup.
Well, all I remember, his most notorious moment was the Jose Mourinho comment about him, but that was disrespectful. That was so disrespectful. He called him a Spanish waitress. That's what he called him.
Oh my god!
No, that's. I think that's what the downfall began at Inter.
That's a straight red right there.
No. Okay, wait. So Rob, your thoughts on Benitez? Is Benitez finished as a manager, and how highly do you rate him as a manager?
I do think that it looks like he's finished. He has been at many clubs, and he has had ups and downs in his career. For example, he took over a team that just won the treble, and he struggled with them, with Inter Milan. Yeah. So he has a lot of ups, but mostly downs in the last 10 years. Like the last trophies he won was with Napoli, which was like 2014. Where he won some domestic cups. But he hasn't achieved much in the last 10 years, so it looks like he's finished.
I mean.
Can I speak about Benitez?
Yeah. Someone go for it, man.
I wouldn't say he's finished like right now, because I mean managers are always capable of making a comeback. Remember David Moyes? We all said he was finished. Now he's like he's in a top 4 battle with West Ham. Manuel Pellegrini as well. People were saying he's finished, but he's in a top 4 battle in La Liga for Real Betis. So, I mean, he's going through a rough patch. I mean, he went to China and people don't come back the same when they go there. So, I mean, we'll just have to wait and see. So, I wouldn't necessarily say he's finished yet.
I mean, but then he's not won anything like 10 years though. That's the thing. Like, if you've only won a trophy in 10 years,
yeah,
I don't know, man.
Do you think he could do a job at Manchester United?
What?
Do you think he could do a job at Manchester United?
Do you know who's at Manchester United?
Yeah,
That
if
CR,
Ronaldo leaves
CR
there, 'cause he
guy.
doesn't get a
That's just tricky, man. That's just tricky to see United. So I mean, anyone else wants to talk about this whole Benitez thing, or can we move?
I think Rory Jennings has something to say about Benitez.
Yeah, I'll say this about Benitez.
Gigi, man, go for
I
it.
think Benitez. I sympathize with the guy because he doesn't. I don't think he got like he got full shot with Liverpool, but after that, I think he's just been doing like just doing jobs to get a check. I don't think he's been like in control of a project from start to end. That's why I think like he's been like, and the teams he's been coaching, some of them are really like Newcastle, Everton. These are not good teams. So it's like, I mean, Everton you can say it's decent, but it's like the other teams are like no good. So it's like I think he should get a good players, and then after if he fails with good players, the Madrid job wasn't a fair shot. He didn't get like a time. So if he gets let's say a Man United or a team like Man United, and he fails at least a season or two, and he fails, then he's finished. But I think he needs a shot.
Bring up that image. Bring up that image again.
He needs a fair shot. Because everyone, like this guy, when he was in Madrid, people made fun of his weight. So it's like, I don't think he gets.
You can't tell me that is not the face of a spy.
Oh, no,
well,
this guy
look,
is
they caught him at the bad time. They caught him at the bad time, man.
Yeah, I think he needs a fair shot.
Rory Jennings said, "So happy, best day of my life." Rafa Benitez sacked. Rory, why is this the best day of your life? And Rory, why the hell are you on my channel, bro? Like Rory, like Rory Jennings, you're one of you were one of the proponents of that civil war with Chelsea. So why the hell are you here? All right, now it's time for something interesting, something fun, something real fun, man. Sorry, right now, man, it's for something real fun. Now look, a certain individual said some things. You know, a certain individual had a lot of things to say. So let me say, what are you on about? PSG INC. I'm sure you know who PSG INC is. You know, he's a tough PSG fan, but he's also Algerian. And during our Afcon thing, you know, PSG, who's obviously a very proud Algerian, he said that he fully expects Algeria to win Afcon. That he expects Algeria to wipe the floor with every single team. And he says that he will be disappointed and shocked if Algeria lose any single game.
I told you.
So he was expecting like maximum points. So in case you don't know in Afcon, Algeria drew against a very, very spirited Sierra Leone team. I believe that was 0-0. And today, they lost to Equatorial Guinea, 1-0. And let me tell you what the issue is now with Algeria right now. Algeria currently, there's one game left in the group stage. And they have to now play Ivory Coast. They're currently bottom of the table. If they lose to Ivory Coast, they're out of Afcon. If they draw and results don't go their way, they're also out as well. So Ivory Coast is obviously one of the top teams in that group. So they have to really, to assure themselves of going through, let's say third place or so forth, they have to go out and beat Ivory Coast. So Algeria do face the possibility of not actually making it out of the groups. And this is shocking because many people said Algeria are going to win, they're going to defend it. And I was like, well, are we really sure? But everyone's like, Algeria going to win. And now, like, they could still make it through. But Thursday is going to be interesting, man, because again, I don't think it will happen. I do believe they'll beat Ivory Coast. But the fact that there is a great possibility that these guys get knocked out in the group stage after being favored to actually defend their title. So, Juju man, Algeria man, what do you think happens? Do you think that these guys could actually somehow get knocked out of the groups, or you think that they'll make it? Juju man. All right, what's it called? Z-Man, talk to me.
Yeah, man. I know Juju Man is happy because that's an Algerian manager and he's against African managers. So I already know what he's gonna say. But yeah, listen, man. Not everyone could be Nigeria, huh? Not everyone could be Nigeria, man.
Look, Z-Man, we're taking this a game at a time, man. I
already told you guys are gonna win the Afcon, man. My
No,
prediction so
game at a
far
time.
is
A
great.
game at a time. Relax.
No,
A game at a time.
but so if you end up in third place, you still make it to the playoffs.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for me, it's like if they draw with was it Ivory Coast, I don't think it's enough. I don't
No. It depends. So basically, if they draw with Ivory Coast, and I think because then they'll have 2 points. So then it depends on what Sierra Leone do. Because if Sierra Leone,
there's a zero. There's a zero. What is a goal point difference? But at the same time, if they draw, if they draw, that would just mean there would still be at -1. Because it would cancel out 1-1 would just cancel that out.
Oh yeah,
So they could still get knocked out. So this is tough, man. This is tough. And then you look at the form that this is the worst team to face if you need points. You would rather face Sierra Leone, and I just feel like, bro, they could be knocked out, man. PSG anti, man. I know there's a receipt out there, and the way you were confident.
There's a receipts out there. There is. It's the receipts.
Yeah, I know. Godlock is preparing for it, but this is getting tough for you, man. You have to show your face, man. Win or lose or draw, man.
No. I sent him the invite because I said, "Patience, haven't you learned from me? You see, I should be the example. What I did in 2020 should be the example to everyone. Don't play yourself out. Don't play yourself out. Like, even if you're so sure." Learn from me. Learn from my mistakes.
Do you remember what I said about Netherlands versus Czech Republic?
Yeah, that's another example.
Bro, I think Yasser said that Man United would win the treble this season when they bought Cristiano. He said treble. Don't fall into the jinx trap. The jinx trap is real. The jinx trap is real.
That's called Cristiano the GOAT.
And he had Messi as his aviator when Messi was never going to sign.
But this getting knocked out in the Afcon in the group stage, I don't think that does anything to Riyad Mahrez's legacy. There's some people that are disputing his legacy if he gets knocked out in the group stage and how that would look, but he's won it. He has more of an Afcon legacy than Salah. So it's like he doesn't really have to prove himself that much.
I mean, it's a slight dent because to not go through a group with Equatorial Guinea and Sierra Leone, no disrespect, that's a slight dent, especially when you are a massive winning run and you're one of the strongest teams. Like it's a dent. It's a dent.
Doesn't Equatorial Guinea have like 6 points or something like that?
No. They have 4 points.
Let me talk about this.
Wait, hold up. Wait, Gatlock, do you have PSG INC's receipts? By any chance, Gatlock?
Yeah. Give me a sec. I'll just change this to the audio. And,
you can always rely on Gatlock, man. Please,
okay.
we need our receipts. Algeria's chance, man. How likely do you think that they can defend their title, bro?
Well, I expect at least a final. If in like we lose in, if we don't lose like
the final, so final minimum.
No. It's because I have such high expectations. Because if you compare our squad to any other African squad, we are clear. We have our third right winger is better than most African countries' starting right winger. I mean,
Jesus Christ, man! I wish I had your confidence, man.
No. But it's not about confidence. It's about expectations. Because if we go out in the round of 16 or group stage, it's a big disaster. Because
remember, Algeria has never won the Nations Cup out in sub-Saharan Africa.
But we have only won it. Yeah, but we have only won it twice.
No. But my thing that there's a flexibility. But look, just so explain more of your case as to why you believe that.
Okay.
Algeria finals minimum. Because look, man, there are some teams out there, man. Because I mean, Egypt want to say what's up. Ivory Coast want to say what's up, and I think especially even and it's beautiful because Ivory Coast is in your group. I think Ivory Coast
Senegal
are a
even
team where
maybe get Mendy there to make some saves. Senegal presumably are there as well.
Senegal,
Even Mali, Mali can't
yes.
do
Okay,
also.
so
They have a good team.
explain your case there.
Okay, so first of all of our best players from Afcon 2019 are still there. The only two that will be replaced are Ferruli and Guardiola because they're old, but we have already better placements for them. We have Berrahma who has come through, and then when Nas has been great at Napoli, then Sabine has been great at Mönchengladbach. We just won the Arab Cup as well, so our team is much more together than any other team. And it's mostly about the manager. Belmadi is a top 15 manager in the world, at least.
In the world, wow.
Yeah, I mean,
I think
I love it. I love it. I love it, Gatlock. I love it. I love
Top
it.
15, huh?
Top 15.
It's expectation, AJ.
And
You
I know
have to do it to my boy, man.
And I wonder because my thing is that if Algeria get knocked out in the group stage, PSG, we say you can't hide until February 15th because what if?
I mean,
what if Algeria
and
get
no
knocked out
credit
in the
to him
group
though.
stage?
He
What if
wasn't really
Algeria-
bragging
wait,
though.
What if Algeria get knocked out in the group stage and PSG get knocked out in the round?
It's I'm telling you, it's happening.
But it's just in all
I'm
honesty,
telling you,
like,
it's going to happen. Like
I know
you
it's just I know he that's a receipt, of course, but he wasn't really bragging. What he was saying was facts though. Like he was pretty much like the expectation is very high on Algeria because before today they're on a 35 unbeaten streak. I thought even me
you should never
never presume, bro.
What do you mean
'Cause
never presume?
this-
You're a fan. You're just
this-
gonna be like, oh, we're gonna lose. We're not gonna make
No,
it. You have to
Vilton.
be
Let me
confident
tell you
in your
something.
team. Wait,
Vilton, let me
Cole,
tell you
just
something.
say this. Let me just say this. They were no like before today. They were no crazy 35 unbeaten streak. I thought they were gonna break the Italy streak, which is 37. So I don't blame him for saying that. They have one of the best squad in Africa. So of course he was very confident, and he's right. If they do go out in the groups, it's a disaster. It's a disgrace.
But
you can't be the
Vilton,
defending champ and not make it out the group. It doesn't make sense.
Vilton, I constantly, repeatedly told PSG INT that like this Algeria team, Afcon is not Arab Cup. Afcon is just not Arab. Like this is a whole different ball of wax that you're dealing with right here. You know what I'm trying to say? Because I feel like the Afcon teams are much better than the Arab teams in that A, they're physical, and B, they are very like, how do you say this? They are very technical too. So when you see that, you can see that yes, this Algeria team, they won't go far. And I constantly told you that if you watch that Ghana and Algeria friendly, the way Ghana was literally getting in behind, the way Algeria couldn't even pass the ball pass the ball at the back line, the way they were just constantly just
But in all
trying
honesty,
to
though, today though they outplayed the hell out of who did they lose with?
No, of course. Bro,
No, the ball just didn't
that
want to
doesn't
go.
matter though.
No,
That
I'm
doesn't
just
matter
saying.
at all.
No, I'm just saying the ball just didn't want to go in the net. Like it was crazy. Like the
no,
amount of shots.
No, but that doesn't matter.
No,
That
of course it
like,
doesn't matter.
like,
Of course, I know
that's a
that.
moot
I know
point.
that. I'm
For
just
me, like,
saying. I'm just saying.
bro,
It's not like they're getting outplayed by
no,
everybody.
no, Vilton, that's a moot point because it's freaking Equatorial Guinea and it's freaking
Guinea.
Algeria.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, of course,
to
of
outplay them.
course.
So that isn't relevant. The fact of the matter is that we saw it with France and Senegal
Yeah,
in the O2 World Cup.
yeah.
Go 1990. Bro, Cameroon beat Argentina in the first game in the 1990 World Cup. I think that was Cameroon's first World Cup.
Mexico
So my thing
beat
is that
Germany in 2018.
yeah. So basically, my thing is that however you should never in football never assume because if you look on paper at Algeria's team and look at Equatorial Guinea's team, like bro, like. And even when you watch it's a mismatch, but that's what makes football so beautiful.
It's just as a fan, we always gonna back our team no matter how bad.
I'm telling you, they're gonna lose to Ivory Coast.
No, but
they're going to lose to Ivory Coast.
You
know why I'm saying this?
Ricardo, talk to Ricardo.
No, it's what I'm saying. I kind of agree with what Vilton's saying. PSG 19 saying he's just laying out his expectations based on what they have accomplished and the players they have. He's not wrong to assume that. Now, of course, in football, anything can happen, but going into this tournament, you're looking at the.
But Ricardo, do you know why it's wrong though? Is that before Algeria won that Afcon, I think they had not won an Afcon since like I think 1990. So it was a long time. So, for instance, when Egypt were going on their run, basically, for instance, you use Egypt or Cameroon. For Egypt or Cameroon to get knocked out of the group stage, that is a big disgrace because they are consistently good. It's like Germany in 2018. That was a horror show because Germany have never been knocked out. Because Germany, I think statistically, Germany are one of the best performers in the World Cup. So for Germany not making it through a World Cup group is horrible because they are one of the best consistent performers at the World Cup. So my thing is, you only just won your first AFCON after a long spell. Who cares how long your winning run was? You don't have the same pedigree as Egypt and Cameroon. Who are
your
they?
history, we're talking about now. Like just because some teams are more historically successful than others, the generational players that Algeria have, they should have an expectation, and that expectation is now.
It's the same with Chile. Chile won it back to back. That's their first time ever winning the Copa America.
We're not saying they shouldn't have an expectation, guys. What we're saying is literally right. That Algeria team itself is with them winning 35 games unbeaten. We have to look at the opponents they played and compare them to the opponents of AFCON.
I heard the same thing for Italy right before the Euro started. People said they were questioning that beating streak and they went ahead to win the Euros.
Because what opponents did Italy face? That's the question. You understand what I'm trying to say?
They still went on to win the Euros. It's the same thing with Algeria. What he's saying is that because they had a significant unbeaten streak, that kind of shows you where the state of the team is at, irrespective of their history. And going into that tournament, they were one of the favorites to win the tournament.
I think.
So hold on, wait, hold on. Jujuman, are you back? Oh no, he's still away. Jujuman's still away. No, see, look, my thing is, I mean, Wilson, I get where Peche answer is coming from, but my thing is,
I'm back, double H.
All right, Jujuman, you're back. Okay. So talk to me. Algeria, man, how much trouble are they in, and do you see them not making it through the group?
What's it called? Yeah, I think they're in big trouble because I saw it. The game against Equatorial Guinea today, they had a lot of chances. I mean, they had chances, but some of the one goal they scored, it was offside. I think 1 or 2 goals they scored offside, but I just think, I mean, I'm surprised. I think they're in a bad patch, but the problem is it's Ivory Coast, and I think Ivory Coast behind like Nigeria, I think they're the best team in this tournament because it's like I agree. Yeah, if you saw like the game today, even though they tied, like they had like 2 or 3 chances where they should have scored. It was literally 1-on-1 or a tap in, and it's like. And they just like could have beaten like Sierra Leone 4-1 or 3-1. Yeah, but it's like so with I think they can still beat Ivory Coast, but it's tough. Like this is probably the worst.
Ivory Coast is gonna beat Algeria. I'm telling you. I'm telling you this right now. I'm telling you this right now. Look,
because Algeria have to win.
Yeah, exactly. That was.
I think they'll win. Algeria will win.
You know they not scored a goal, right?
They haven't scored a goal. That's what I'm saying.
But I thought you just said not to presume anything. So how can we be sure Algeria is going to win?
No, look, the thing is, right? Ivory Coast. Let me tell you something about Ivory Coast,
Wait, hold up. In 2002, did France go out without scoring a goal in 2002, the World Cup?
Indeed.
I think so.
They did score.
I'm not really sure.
I don't remember.
They lost to the 1-0. They lost to Uruguay, I think 1-0. And I think they lost to Denmark 2-0.
It wasn't an goal though.
France, tell me, did France go out in 0-2 without? I don't think they scored a goal.
But it wasn't an goal, I think.
Yeah, but this Ivory Coast team, right? Let me tell you something. In terms of African history and pedigree, right? They've been there for a long time. You get what I'm trying to say? And the one thing is, you look at this Algeria team, and I say, is the wing play is their weakness because their fullbacks aren't that good in terms of defending the wing play. You see, and we saw that in that. I told you guys in that Ghana friendly that, bro, I will be shocked if Algeria win this thing again, because if they go play someone like a Senegal or an Ivory Coast, they're in deep trouble. You know, they don't know how to defend on the wings. So man, for me, I'm telling you this. Ivory Coast has even a guy up top, a Sebastian Haller, who can put the ball in the back of the net, it is gonna be. I think it's gonna be lights out at HH.
Wait, but
I think it's gonna be lights out against Algeria.
Oh, HH, you're right. They didn't score in the World Cup.
Yeah. Actually, let me just take some jobs. Hold on, I'll come to you guys. So, from Bandra Ali Sangara says, "No worries, I'm waiting for the call." Oh, Algeria, no worries, I'm waiting for the call and payment. Relax, call, relax. Don't. Daddy U says, "Juju man is Ugandan. I say this on authority. I know you." Juju man, is this true?
No, I'm not. Look, I won't say anything because like you can like they can like everyone will reduce and know which country. So it's just like,
okay, all right.
Just
So hold on.
this.
So your boy Mo Garba, my thing with those sets. You guys better watch out for Senegal. Nah, we just got our players back, so now we have our full squad without Sa. I think we'll win this. Nah, for me, I'm still not sold on Senegal. Like they'll do things, but I'm not sold, bro. No way.
Yeah,
but we'll see. Who knows? Senegal, they may surprise people, but I wouldn't put money on Senegal winning. But look, let's see how they do. Algeria Federation says this is just to make other teams believe. #fools. Okay, we'll see. And your boy Badra Sangara says, "Forgive me, Africa. I need the money. Algeria will survive." Oh wow. So Juman, okay, so this before we move to next to yeah.
Oh yes. So the first comment is that Ivory Coast goalkeeper is trash. Second point is the question, like even if Algeria win, like they'll be on 4 points. Like what's it called? So if Sierra Leone, that won't be enough to. Will that be enough to qualify? If Equatorial Guinea win, I mean,
we can qualify with third.
Win.
Yeah,
and I think that a draw may not be.
Yeah, they can't draw or lose. They have to win.
But third place is still available, right?
Yeah, but if they draw, they'll still be at -1.
True, but Ivory Coast has 4 and Equatorial Guinea has 3. So Equatorial Guinea ties, they have 4. They win, like it's over. So like I don't know how.
There we go. So they're on -1.
They can't afford to draw.
Yes, yeah. I mean, so if they draw, that just takes them to
4, which Ivory Coast has. But
Sierra Leone is gonna beat Equatorial Guinea. This is how I see it.
Yeah,
so
but
they have to go for a win.
Can they still go through if they draw?
Yeah,
they can't. They can't because if Algeria draw, they'll still be at -1 goal difference. They're going by goal differences, right? So they can't afford that. They have to win.
Again, but again, what's it called? They have to also.
We lost him.
It depends if Sierra Leone, if they lose, it depends on how much they lose by.
No, but that's what. See, I'm not sure whether it's goal difference or it's.
Did you see what Core said? He called it equilateral Guinea.
Yeah, that's how you call it, equilateral Guinea.
That's the second yellow right there.
All right, okay.
I was about to say. Wait, sorry, double it. I was about to say.
No, hold up, chat.
Yeah.
If Core said equilateral, is that a second yellow or a straight red or a caution?
Oh nah, that's unfair, bro. That's really unfair. That's really disrespectful.
If he said equilateral Guinea, is that a second yellow or a straight red?
It's my pronunciation, dude. That's my pronunciation.
How do you get that wrong?
I'm asking for VAR.
That should actually be.
That's a pronunciation.
The card itself.
Collateral. This guy's doing math right now.
It's a pronunciation, though.
Cool. I've looked at VAR.
Wow, this is really unfair.
The
pronunciation.
I'm looking at VAR.
I have grammar issues, bro. Come on, bro.
So,
but man's dyslexic.
English class in the football hut.
Oh wow! Wow.
Wait, straight red, not double yellow.
It's a straight red. It's your first setting of call. We'll see you next Saturday, bro. Enjoy it, man. I'm sorry, man.
Shout out to you, bro. Blame the streets, man.
Hey, I just want to say, man. I just want to say we gotta give more respect to.
It's the streets. It's the streets, bro. Like the streets say because the streets.
Wait, what did Core do? What did he do? What's going on?
He called him equilateral.
He said equilateral Guinea. Blame the streets, man. Blame the streets. There's the streets to blame, man. Okay, so guys, look, man. I want us to move to our final statement because I've got to get out of here.
Sorry.
Okay, just go for it.
I was about to say, even like with the group stages, even if like for Algeria to move on, I think Equatorial Guinea and Sierra Leone have to tie because it's like if one of them wins,
no, everyone's trying to be careful.
yeah. What's it called? So I think like the other two teams have to tie for Algeria to go through, or I don't think they'll have enough points.
Look, basically, look. All I believe is that I believe that they will go through. Personally speaking, for me, I believe that they will go through. So, guys, I found something before we get the hell out of here, man. This was suggested by I put out a little poll by the people. So the people suggested this. I asked for suggestions, and people said, "Hey, man, I wanted to do this." So shout out to who suggested this. Who is the greatest international team?
Oh, it's hard.
You see, for me,
it's easy.
This is what I say. This is what I say.
Hard.
Well, what I say is,
I agree with you.
Look, what I say. This is what I've always said, and everyone can and everyone will go around because I want us to 20 minutes and then we'll be out of here. I've always said the 1970 Brazil team.
Yep.
And the reason why I say the 1970 Brazil team is you have to look at, first of all, they had Pele, how good that team was. They scored probably the greatest team goal ever. And you have to remember the caliber of team they beat in that final. Because people just say, oh, they beat Italy 4-1. Italy were one of the best defensive teams. So they were like defensive juggernauts. So to beat that team, where defensive mechanisms 4-1, is insane. Now, I think that you have them. I believe that you can throw in, obviously, the Spain team, based on what they did. People may even already look at this French team already.
Relax.
They have one World Cup, man.
People may say the. See, now that's the funny thing.
What about
even if they didn't win, that's 98 Brazil team. That 98 Brazil team was actually better than the thingy team. That Germany 2014 team was damn good. The Germany 2014 team was damn good. So
never they flop.
It's so for me, my vote is for the Brazil 1970. Barry, who do you go for best international team, greatest international team ever?
I would have said, even though they didn't win, I think the 1998 Brazil team impressed me the most. In my opinion, in my humble opinion, they played better than the 02 Brazil team. 02 Brazil team, they were clinical as heck. But like the way the 98 Brazil team, it was sharp, it was effective, and it was beautiful to watch. So my vote, like it's a little bit biased, but I think they have my vote.
All right. And Ricardo, man, who's your votes for?
It's only really for me is the 1970 Brazil or the 2010s Spain. It's really one of two. Who would I would give it to? I would say
how good was that 2010 Spain team really? How good?
But you can't diminish the level of dominance over the continent.
How
and
good was
the World
opposition?
Cup. Sorry?
How good was the opposition, man?
But you can't do it. That's not their that's not their fault. And not only that, but that World Cup actually belongs to Barcelona. So for that reason, I'll give it to Brazil.
That's a great. I love that point. I love that point. That is Ricardo, you are a genius. It's not a cheat, but it's like a cheat in parentheses. Because again, look, you won't see. But that Spain team had a leg up. It was Barcelona. A handicap that every international team has is, man, well, we're taking Brazilians or Germans or guys from Europe, from here, and how do we now get them to be cohesive? Spain was like, bro, we played each other for like most of the week. And I think in 2010, apart from Capdevila, Casillas, and Ramos, everyone else was Barcelona. And I think Torres. Everyone else was a Barcelona player in that 2010 team. Bro, that's like, actually, Did Villa move? Was Villa at Valencia?
He signed that summer. He signed.
Yeah, it's the same summer.
So
he's a Barcelona player in my books.
But he didn't play for Barca.
Doesn't matter.
So what are you going to consider Valencia player then?
No,
yes,
it's in my books.
So from Villa, so it was Villa.
So
Torres didn't really play. Remember, Torres didn't really play that much of that. So it was really Villa, Capdevilla.
Torres was 2008, yeah.
And Ramos. It was really those three who were the only non-Barca. Sorry, and Casillas. Everybody else was Barca.
Well, not everybody was there because 2012. Sorry, well, Xabi Alonso was in one of the teams as well, right? And
yes, Xabi Alonso was Xabi Alonso, because he scored the penalty.
But then Capdevilla left, and then Jordi Alba came in.
Jordi Alba, 2012, yeah.
So what's it called? Osasuna, who are you going for, man? Best international team.
I am going to go for 2018 Belgium because they have Eden Hazard.
He did ball in a World Cup semi,
I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding. No, it's going to be my answer. My answer is
I'll say that, like, and if we're gonna share something to my Dutch people. Again, you guys may be too young. I don't know. That's 2000 Netherlands.
I was going to say exactly 2000. Yeah,
that's bro. Even you can even say from 98 to 2000 because that 98 team was crazy. But that's 2000 Netherlands team under Rijkaard. That was a crazy team. Go to YouTube and watch
the way we lost to Italy. Like that's Euros. Like I didn't actually watch the match live. Yeah, I didn't watch the match live because I wasn't born then. But I've seen highlights and I've seen people talk about it. I've heard people talk about it.
It was a mess.
I've heard it was one of the worst nights in Dutch football history because everything just went against us.
Bro,
literally everything went against us.
A penalty twice.
Yeah, we missed two penalties.
They hit the bar twice. No, they destroyed Italy. It was a complete shake. It was a shakedown. So because I remember because after the game they had they filmed Rijkaard. I think Rijkaard was in the bus and just saw him basically crying in the team bus and everything, man. But it's one of the critics. I was like, how the hell have they not beat these guys?
Bro, but it's just are they the most unlucky European?
No. They're the biggest underachievers. Not unlucky. They're the biggest underachievers.
Jesus.
No, it's because of what that left-footed brick, that left-footed two-star weak foot, cut inside left foot.
Don't do that. Also, don't do that.
Yeah, missing one-on-one against Casillas, man.
Okay, listen. So, what's it called? So, Rob, who you running with? Best international team?
Spain 2010, but you can also go with Italy from 2006 is also a good option. I think.
All time, you'd put that Italy team as an all timer.
Well, they did hold the world record for least amount of defeats in a row, and they had a very good defensive record. But I'm gonna go with Spain 2010.
Suleiman, who you rolling with, bro?
I'm gonna roll with an obvious pick, 2010 Spain, just because of the way they played and their close association with Barcelona as well. But HH, I don't want to get a red card like Core, but I sent you a DM. It's like a footballing video DM that you have to show the streets, man. You obviously can't play it because it's football, but
no. I mean, I don't want to play.
No, you can shoot the screenshot of it.
This better not be anything that's rude though. So let me just check what this is, man. Because if it's anything, so Sully sent a link. Okay. Suleiman, I'm using because I like you, Suleiman, because I like you, and because you've been a good thing and so forth. I'm gonna give you a yellow card for that. So Suleiman sends me
possible technique.
Lukaku possible technique.
Can you make a reaction video on that?
Suleiman?
Yeah,
I am not doing a reaction to Lukaku.
You did it for Messi, bro. You did it for Ronaldo.
I'm not doing a reaction to Lukaku possible test. So Suleiman, you're on a warning. That's a damn yellow.
No, but it's actually pretty good though. I watched the video. It's actually
thank you. Wait. It actually exists. It actually exists.
Gatlock, your greatest international team, bro.
Greatest.
Yeah.
I guess that's a bit Spain, man, because of back to back. It's hard to see them. Let's see it other than Spain, man. I know they had a cheat with them being Barcelona and whatnot. My favorite to watch was Germany 2014, but for greatest, you have to look at what they accomplished, man. No team had ever gone back-to-back Euros, let alone go World Cup in between. So you gotta go for Spain, man.
Facts. Okay, can I go? Can I talk about? I would say Spain too, but to be honest with you, that Brazil from 1958 to 1962, I don't watch them obviously, but what they've accomplished is what back to back World Cups, and that was before the 1970 team, and so you have to give them credit for that, but for me it's what I've seen, so it has to be like that Spain team, bro, back to back Euros, a World Cup. That's a golden generation that delivered.
2016 Portugal, they have the goats.
Yeah.
Jujuma.
Yes. I think it's easy. I was going to say mine is the same as everyone. Spain 2010 because they were dominant. And then the one thing I'll add, anything before 1980, I don't count because some of the countries were still colonized. So I don't count anything before 1980.
No. But to be fair, Juju man. To be fair, Brazil won a World Cup
You always
in
have
European.
to go to that end point, like.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
European country. I was gonna say Brazil won a World Cup in a European country. So that's just like racism and all that. You have to put that into account. So.
Yes, race tax.
Wait. Yeah, but Spain.
So Filton, I assume Brazil 1970 is what you're saying.
Yeah, it's not even, it's the style to it. They pretty much introduced Joko Benito to the world, and it's the way they dominated the entire tournament. If you guys do want to watch, just go on football. You guys can watch some of the games on there.
I don't want to see a guy with one leg 5 centimeters longer than the other.
Stop it.
He wasn't even there. Gorenta wasn't. He was what? But
yeah, he wasn't there.
He wasn't even there. But anyway,
that was 58 or 62.
It's the way they dominated the entire tournament. From the group stage, they destroy every single. They beat everybody by like it was insane. It was completely lubrication. Spain, obviously, from what I've seen with my own 2 eyes, is obviously Spain. Like they don't need a team that you can realistically talk. Germany was really good at the World Cup, but we never seen a domination like that, like 08. And the fact that they went in this crazy unbeaten streak, like 35, then obviously they got pent flat by Neymar in the 2013 Club Confederation.
Speak on it.
Just have to add that, didn't you?
Who's your pick? Abdul, who's your pick? Greatest international team. And also don't say Spain because you're a Barca fan.
Is the VAR thing still going on?
What?
Is the VAR still active?
It's not 90 minutes yet.
Oh no, it is. So you better be careful.
9-2 Denmark.
What? Wait, is that a yellow or a straight red? Streets, is that a yellow or a straight red?
Nigeria, man.
Streets. I need a consensus. Is that he said the 90s?
Ballot conduct, straight red, man.
Did you see the way?
That's offensive to Nigeria. That's offensive to Nigeria.
AJ, did you see the way Denmark cheesed the finals of the Euros with the goal?
No, that was an intentional foul because he mentioned is the VAR still on. So that's a red.
So Abdul, I'm looking at VAR and so forth, and judging by the consensus of the street. Abdul, this gives me no pleasure, man. Abdul, I will see you next Saturday, man. Peace out. Bro, we've had
this is serious, man.
You have to be careful now, man.
No. You, Suleiman, can you send the video, please?
Anyone, bro.
I got you, man.
You can eliminate everyone, bro.
Yeah, I'm on a yellow right now.
So
yeah, be careful, man.
Okay, so here's who's your number 1 international team?
I already have 2 in my mind. It's either Spain 2008 to 2012 or Brazil 1970. But if I have to choose one, it's going to be Brazil 1917.
Choose one. Who are you choosing?
Brazil 1917.
1917? Yes, there was a world war. Yes, there was a
That's
world
a yellow,
war.
HH.
There was a
That's
world war
yellow,
happened.
bro.
Nah, the yellow card, man.
This guy's mic is a yellow card
Yeah,
by
the
itself.
mic is a yellow card.
What?
No, I said 1970.
Yeah, he said 1970. He said 1970.
Your mic is a yellow card.
One
That was a World War One
like every time that Yasir like approaches, he just gets an automatic yellow card basically because of his mic. No, guys, come on.
I think the match is going.
Wait. Why are we sending the guy? Wait, we can't do cards for Mike, man. Come on, that's harsh, man. We can't do.
Oh man.
Wait, can we give like cards for like previous statements, like in past hangouts, or no?
No. It's
HH would not be able to run his
Like,
own
I have
channel.
some.
This is the current game, man. This is the current game. Okay, guys, look, man. I need to head out of here, man. Guys, thank you for joining us on sorry. Oops. Before I even let me just even hit all these doors, man. What do you mean? From Yas's side, man. Oh god, who's a United fan, by the way. HH, have you seen Hazard? Chelsea need to save him. Yes, he's truly unhappy. Juju Man is from the same country as I test. By the way, Hala Madrid. Look, we're gonna find out where Juju Man is from. And Hazard.
Wait a minute. Has this guy also done a Juju Man
Hazard,
here?
come home.
Why is he saying Real Madrid? Why is he saying Real Madrid?
Manchester United pain, bro.
Hold up. Alon says Juju calling Vinny ugly should have been a straight red. But that was before the cut. No, I'd have sent him off for that. I'd have sent him off for that for sure. England 1966 and soon World Cup 2022. Euro 2024. Hashtag fear. Hashtag. Young Mitz says that's 2018 France with Kante, Pogba, Pivot, and Mbappe.
Anna.
I should wait. Wait. Rob, did I ask your greatest international team?
Yes, that was Spain 2010.
So you put out over your own Dutch boys?
Well,
need to.
Is that Dutch? What's that Dutch? Wait. Translation. Wait. What did he say, Rob? What did he say?
Wait, don't answer. He'll.
Shout out to the
Your
1998.
has any team besides Brazil done a back-to-back?
No, Italy, 1934, 1938.
Oh, come on, that doesn't count. That was that.
How does it not count?
That was the second and third World Cup, man.
But how does it not count?
No,
weren't you watching that World Cup though?
No, just leave. Everyone should leave.
Let me go to says 1974 Germany is my pick simply because they defeated the best team never to win the World Cup. They defeated Johan Cruyff's Netherlands. Do you know why?
But they're past merchants.
No. For me, that team was a hipster team.
I think the 1982
and they were overrated.
I think the 1982 Brazil was better than the 1970.
No. The 82 team, they are the best team never to win. Like, they were amazing. But he said, what's up? Oh, no. For me, as good as what the achievement was, that Netherlands team was way overrated. Guys, it's been swell. It's been good. I will see you guys back here. Well, Tuesday for, I think it's Chelsea against Brighton. So remember, members Hangouts is on Monday nights. Join the everything was crazy, and Umbani still owes me a freaking PS5. So I'll see you guys, if you remember, for the members Hangouts on Monday nights, and Tuesday nights we'll be here for a live show, Chelsea, Brighton, and all that beautiful football news and transfer news. Peace out, stay true, stay real, stay swell, and that's felt good sending off.
Stay black.
And nothing, man. Peace.